why don't we get into session 38 of this campaign?
You got it.
That is not how many you have posted.
No, but we are at session 38.
Oh, okay.
We've missed a few.
It's been a long while. We're all dying in the inside. So, last time we left off, if I can remember, the party, after dealing with the...
bye, Nat 20.
Oof. After dealing with the big air genasi, returned back to their town of Noflisal and went a little bit of a shopping spree. I don't exactly recall what people got, but during the spree, everything was set up to have the party. Essentially, the party now has 2 teleportation scrolls. One that will take them to the entrance of Swueb Snos, and one that will take him back to Noflisal. And when the party was ready, they gathered their allies. They brought, let's see, the 5 of them, and then he also brought Corra's. Corra, I believe you brought your husband and child with you?
We did.
Okay, and then we also brought Jerome, the were-tiger hunter.
The bomb!
The BBG. And, and you, with, I think it was Corra that also that activated the scroll. You guys managed to successfully teleport to, Swueb Snos, and upon seeing basically an earthworm sprout out of the ground hundreds and hundreds of feet away, you immediately turned around and ran the other way, and made your way inside Swueb Snos. But we're gonna rewind time a little bit. We're gonna go back to just before you were about to leave. Corra speaks up. Corra speaks to you, talks to you guys before you head out, and she mentions that she was summoned she was asked by the Keyrin to return back to Pleoberg to help with a matter of sorts.
Corra did not say that.
Oh, Nora, fuck me. Thank God. Honora said that she was asked by the Keyrin to return back to her hometown of Pleoberg to deal with a matter of sorts. But this was requested days ago. She's been fighting it for a while, but utterly came to the decision of going against Arley's wishes and decides she's going to return back to Pleoberg to see what's going on.
I bet it's the curse.
And before she leaves, she decided she gives you guys some items, in which she said you can trade amongst yourselves with you, but this is what I thought would look probably best for all of you. Let's see, Corra, you receive her necklace of fireballs, which has, I believe, two of those little balls left. Takari, you receive 2 potions of superior healing.
As you die the most.
Hugbear, you receive a potion of fire resistance.
Ooh.
She did set me on fire a lot.
And then Bob, you receive the Ring of Protection and Bracers of Defense.
Ooh. Cool.
Just know the bracers only work if you're not wearing armor.
Yeah, do you wear armor?
I do.
I don't know if I want to give up my never be critted ever again status, but
It's up to you, man.
I'm keeping the magic doohickeys.
Okay. So yeah, like I said, I believe it has 2 charges left, so.
Does anybody else want the Ring of Protection? Because I already have one.
yeah, yes.
Yeah, I think all of us. Like, what kind of question was this?
It doesn't. I don't remember. Does it take attunement?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll take it.
see how many of those I have left. Oh yeah, none.
Okay. So, Bob would then give it to Corra.
Okay. And let's see, do I be a nice DM and give you guys automatic attunement?
Gave it to us before we left.
Right?
Infinite, pick high or low.
Yeah, low.
Not attuned.
Not attuned.
Rolled an
Hey guys, let's take a nap.
None of my stuff.
I know we just got here, but I don't know, I feel like a nap.
I mean, Murder could probably use one. We are traveling with a child.
I have given that child so much chocolate, they are never sleeping again.
Then you're on perpetual babysitting duty.
Shit.
And with that, you guys,
He
so
does love her godfather.
the party, -1, with Daniel, Mur, and Jerome successfully teleport over to Swueb Snos, and you guys head into the cave, and as you walk in, for people who want to notice, you see that Jerome shrinks size. So he was over 6 foot, and he shrinks down to be about 5'9". And you see his tiger features fade, and you see left standing there a half elf.
I'll lean over and just whisper to Hugbear. He's a dude? He's just a dude?
Bob with her 0 chill is gonna be like, what? How'd you do that?
Yeah, he was a part of a traveling group of werebeasts. I mean,
yes, I am a werebeast. I can transfer back and forth between this form or my tiger form.
You're never in this form.
Yeah, I don't know how freaked out the town would be if they just see a walking tiger.
I mean, is he still wearing clothes at least?
Oh yeah, the clothes he was wearing shrink with him.
Okay, great. Yeah.
At least there's that.
He's naked.
I mean, they're used to Hugbear, so...
Yeah. Alright, well,
Well, would you rather have me being in this form, or would you prefer I be back in my tiger form? Your choice.
you just be ready to go. When we're ready, you're ready. You're the anchor of this whole team now.
Oh shit. I signed up to be a Hunter's Guild Master. I didn't sign up to be a replacement.
We're really testing you out to be our Nora.
I'm probably gonna fail a lot of places, but I'm trying.
You're probably the person that we know that has the closest thing to wear arthritis. So
Exactly.
Oh, she was a werebeast too.
No.
just arthritis.
The makings of it. Like, it was going to hit any day.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the early stages. I understand.
It's not hard to be a Nora. You just kind of don't help. Unless you absolutely have to.
Oh, you just.
I'm kidding.
Shots fired.
I'm mad she's gone. Fucking cute. Anyway.
We're just going through a breakup, it's fine.
So
Fine.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we go in. What is it? What's the inside of this cave place look like again?
make a perception check for me. Well, hold on, do you have dark vision?
Sure.
It's a cave.
It's only been a while.
It's been a while. It's only been like 2 months.
I'll make a perception check.
Yeah, I have dark vision. 16.
I will make one as well if
Okay.
I can.
Corra.
What's your voicey? I assume it's a lot.
16 passive, but I can roll. There you go.
I'll
Alright.
keep it for now.
So
Jade, stop it.
as you guys are traveling, you guys are walking down this cave. You know, as you're walking, it's just a, you know, it's like when you go to those, when you walk into those, I don't know what you call it, the cave museums or like, nature walks through caves. I can't think of the name of it, but it's just you just see stalagmites that point down or come from the ground pointing up.
Was it stalactite?
Every now and then you see like a couple bats just fly. And Corra, as you're walking, you look ahead. You see a couple strange figures ahead. You see that they're tall, slender figures. As it looks to be they're like they're at the end of this tunnel.
I would like to stealth.
Okay. Make a
Oh,
stealth
there
check.
goes our guide.
That sucks. And I would like to.
That sucks.
It's below 35, so of course.
It's below 35.
It's below 35.
And I would like to sneak up ahead of everyone and kind of scout it out and see if I recognize them when I get closer.
Okay. So as for everyone else, you notice Core's gone. Typically,
Is this like a giant cavern, or are we going like down a tunnel?
It's sort of a mix. It's like in between of both.
Great. Super. I come from here. Should I be alarmed of these guards, or these beings?
Well, I'm not sure if Corra was the only one that saw it.
Oh, I'm from this town. Do they normally station people here?
As far as you know, not really.
All right, cool. I just keep walking because I saw nothing.
And
Okay.
maybe
And
should have said something, but like I just definitely didn't.
All right, Corra, as you get closer, the figures don't seem to notice you, and you get a closer look, and you see that these figures, like I said, visually you only saw tall and slender. As you got closer, you see these. Excuse me, as I held back a burp. You see these cloaked figures with 4-fingered hands, with sharp claws at the end. And you see a little bit of their. They have a little bit of huge craniums come out above their cowl. And you also see what look to be tendrils that come out from where the mouth is. Why don't you make me you have to make a nature arcana check for me.
I take Cora's child and I put them immediately in front of me and say, I don't know where your mother's gone. Just stay in front of me. I'll protect you.
You recognize these beings as mind flayers.
Oh, good. Okay. I will.
And you see that they just seem to be looking in the direction of the town. Just looking.
I will creepy crawl.
Also, Daniel, come up here.
And Daniel's like, what, why?
I will creepy crawl my way back to my friends.
Okay.
And
let me just roll something.
I'll be like,
Nope,
you know,
don't notice you.
like, unstealth. Just so we got a bit of a situation.
Yeah, abandonment issues.
So there's a A couple of mind flayers up there. They're not normally there.
Urban.
I don't
Okay.
know how y'all want to go about this.
Everybody turn off your minds.
Way ahead of you.
No thoughts. Brain empty.
What do mind flayers do? I know.
Do you not know? I feel like
I have this thing that makes me super smart, but I don't think I've ever
You,
seen a mind
Hugbear, can
flayer.
certainly make an Arcana or Nature check. Anyone who
make
wants
a
to
check,
know
Hugbear.
what can try to see if they know what mind flayers are, they can do so.
22.
Yeah, Hugbear. You know these mind flayers are what they're capable of. They're mostly focus on psychic capabilities along with thoughts and be able to. They don't talk. They talk in your head.
Great. Well, now that I'm super smart, I don't really want to be playing with things that are going to mess with my intelligence. Let's just call it a day. Let's just go. No? God, yeah. Okay, fine. Are we going to fight these things? Are they peaceful? Can we talk to them?
They kind of had an eye on the town, which makes me think they're up to no good.
Can we
'cause why
pay
else
them a
would they be
toll
hiding?
and just go by?
I mean, why else would they be hiding in the shadows and just watching the town?
I'm sorry, Bob. We're just going to have to sacrifice you.
Why is it always me? I get thrown down holes and
Didn't you did that on your own?
turned into dogs.
You literally did that to yourself.
I don't remember any
I
of
mean, I vote we take them out.
that.
If they're
We do it from
potentially
back here then.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
sorry.
probably best to do it from a distance.
Takari, do you think they're maybe something we shouldn't take out? What if they are like hired by the city?
I think we should talk to whoever sent us there to get more information about these mind flayers.
But we have to go past them to get there.
That's the issue.
Oh, I guess I wasn't paying attention.
It's fine, you're not from
All
here.
right, so we send Takari.
Oh,
Bob, do you have any thoughts in your brain about it?
how
in general.
about?
She turned off her brain minutes ago.
Really did.
I mean, not to be selfish, I do think it's best for Mur and Daniel to stay back here, where it's
Oh yeah, totally fair.
potentially slightly safer. I mean, maybe someone could look after them. Maybe our werebeast friend, because I don't believe you have any like ranged attacks that could keep you out of their clutches, right?
He just points over to the longbow that's around his body.
You do have a longbow. I mean, I guess that's fair.
I killed that air elemental with this.
Yeah.
It feels
You stay
like,
back here and just shoot.
I feel
Alright.
like it's been months.
Wait, what about
Even though
if
it's only been a day.
this might be just a thought, but I have protection, the spell protection from evil and good. Would that
Yeah.
work?
Let me
Let me pull it up.
blink through all my magical knowledge. I don't know.
It is a spell you're not familiar with. So am I. What was it? Protection from evil and good?
Yeah,
I think it can protect you from fiends. Which I think they are.
because it says Aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
And mind flayers are abjurations.
There you go.
Eh.
There's something baddies.
But
Well, listen, if you want to put that protection on yourself and head on in and for a little chat, you're more than welcome, Takari.
I mean, mind flayers in general are generally not a good thing. And while I don't necessarily have a lot of good to say about home, I don't think this is something home would do or set up.
Okay. Well, I'm fine with fighting them. I just need you all to be...
I just figured y'all would... I figured y'all would get upset if I tried to fight them all on my own without mentioning anything to anyone.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah.
I said yeah.
No, I'll let you
whole-
cast it this time. Go. Okay. Well, actually, yeah.
The whole
you're good.
Takari getting kidnapped thing. Feel like fighting.
Creature less type of disadvantage of attack rolls
Not
on the
great
target.
people on my own.
Can't
is
be charmed,
on the
frightened,
no
possessed by them.
list.
If they're already charmed or one of those things. If it's just okay, cool. Okay, so Takari, you cast protection from evil and good on whom? Who do you touch and give it to?
I mean, if you cast it on me, you guys can all fire from back here, and I'll just go eat them.
That's not a bad plan.
Sure, we'll do that.
Okay, so you cast protection from good and evil on Hugbear, in which all attack rolls against Hugbear will have disadvantage. Attack rolls from these from abjuration, celestials, elementals, fays, fiends, or undead. They will have disadvantage. You can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed. And if you're already charmed, frightened, or possessed, you'll have advantage on those saving throws. Which doesn't matter because you're neither of it. You're neither of those.
All right, everybody ready?
Yes, the normies are gonna stay back here. Behind everyone.
Okay, so what is the game plan?
Got it?
3, 2, 1, break. I rage and run.
I'm gonna do that.
How far away from them? Like, how far away are they?
I'll say they are.
I definitely pointed them out.
Yeah, I'll say they are 35 feet.
Cool. They're within range of me just running up to smack them, so I'm just going to rage and run. And my echo is always out. So.
I'm gonna stealth my way in. Still keeping a little bit of distance.
Yep, I'm just checking something here.
Sorry, how far away were they?
35 feet.
35.
And as you run towards them, as you're running towards them, because you're not stealthily doing this, as you're running towards them, one of them turns to the other, nudges them, they turn around and see you, and then they just disappear in front of you.
Perception.
Sure.
I would also like to roll a perception.
Sure.
Can I as well? And then maybe stealth?
Sure. Anyone wants to do a perception? They can.
Oh.
Okay. Bob, you have no idea.
Bop is looking at her gun.
Yep. Ooh, shiny.
Bop's brain is still turned off.
As for everyone else, so you're not there.
Rude.
Was one of the mind flayers all
Had
along.
to.
We
I
don't
had
know
to.
that.
I was the mind flayer the whole time. I'll just roll drama just for the hell of it. Okay. You look around, and you don't catch them. You don't see them, and if you think, I'll say for all of you, all three, Jerome did get this. If you had the idea that they went invisible, you don't see any distortions or like outlines of invisible people anywhere.
Okay, then I'm going to go grab my husband and child and try to shepherd them into the city as quickly as possible.
Okay.
While it's clear.
Yeah, I guess I'll have my my glaive hooked up to the dwarven chain and just kind of be. And let them know, like, if you come within 60 feet, you're getting this in the mouth.
It's a big swing because you got a pole arm with a chain, so you're just like, what?
I'm pretty tall.
People, you see the rest of the party is giving you plenty of distance away from you, so you don't accidentally hit them.
I mean, we're all short enough.
Bop is bringing up the end of the group, and she's like Elmer Fudding it with her musket.
All right.
Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting mind flayers.
Exactly.
Takari, Bob, make me an Arcana check for me.
Okay.
I mean, Infinite knows all magic, or Hugbear knows all
Hugbear
magic.
can make one too.
20.
Oh, well.
Oh shit.
Hugbear does
Not
not
today.
have this magic.
I'm like, how do I swing this
Evolve.
giant fucking glaive?
Yeah. For the first time in your life, you think about something that's magical. Whatever it is they're up to, it is something far beyond your time, something far beyond your knowledge. You don't know
They got me this time.
what this could possibly be. Yeah, Takari, you're struggling a bit. Bob, you think that what these guys essentially did was these guys teleported.
So she's gonna say that. She's gonna be like, I smell teleportation.
Don't usually need a circle for that.
Not unless you have a spell for it.
There's
I have
a
we had a
spell called
scroll.
there is a spell called teleportation circle, and there's a spell teleport.
Oh shit.
And we
I'm
had
level
a
10.
scroll. We could have a circle.
I'm at 1. What do I know?
You know nothing. Teleporting, what's that? But yeah, you guys, as you guys walk, you eventually come to this opening and you see, well, Bob and Takara, you're greeted to his presence for the first time. Corra and Hugbear, you, for the first time in a while, see the town of Swueb Snos. And just on the outsides, Bob and Takara, you think this town looks out of date. That maybe things are, they think things are like a little bit behind in the times. But Corra, Hugbear, you look and you notice above the town itself, you see there's this mechanism in which there's a bright light from it, and you know that this is the sun, what they call the sun torch, where they bring in sunlight from the outside in, so they can still measure time and give some form of daylight.
As soon as we see the town, Cora's just gonna give out like an ugh.
Just out of curiosity, is this like through like a series of mirrors through the tunnel kind of thing, so they can like bang it off and then like to this?
Make me an intelligence check for me.
I also want to know.
Sure. Actually, no. History. you guys, it's a complicated. It's you as far as you know, it's complicated. It works. It's complicated. All you know is that it works.
Happy to be home.
I'll get back to that.
Some could say that. Not necessarily me. Didn't I make you swear to me before we left that we would never come back?
No. Yeah, I guess I fucked that one up.
It is what it is.
Alright, and so you guys continue on down, and as you get into the town, you start to notice that this town is mostly full of, excuse me, so I hope I can another burp. It holds humans, drows, half-elves, kobolds. Majority, it is, fire alarm. It is,
Oh, my pacemaker.
What's that noise?
It's
the
mostly,
noise from the future.
but this place is mostly inhabited by those who are more sensitive to sunlight.
Am I typically the biggest thing down here?
You are the biggest thing down here.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, go figure. I stick out somewhere.
Like a sore thumb. No, more like a fuzzy thumb.
A fuzzy thumb.
But yeah, as you guys walk,
Yeah, are we stopped by anybody? Like, are there guards at the gate or anything like that?
yeah, as you guys, actually, yeah, as you guys approach the gate, there's a guard. Guard says, "Walt, what's your business?"
Being big, mean, and scary.
We know your business, Hugbear.
Do I recognize
Oh.
the guard?
Actually, you, Corra, you do recognize this guard as when you were in the jail. The last time you were in the town, you were in a jail cell. This was the guard that was sort of be the warden of that cell.
Everything's fine. I'm just going to casually step behind Hugbear.
All right, and you
Not fully trying to help stealth or anything, but just like
You're
kinda...
just hiding. and he points to Bob, Takari, and Drum. Goes, "What's the business for the others here?"
Oh, we're with him.
Oh,
I'm so charming, I now have a fan following.
I can see that.
So they even carry like my stamp of approval. You all have my handprint on part of your equipment.
Yeah, that's true.
Bob just like flips around and shows off her armor. Cause it's on the back of hers. Cause that was the only spot that was big enough. She's like showing off a leather jacket. Like, me.
But
Go Hugbear.
so Hugbear, I guess you're back to do more of your mercenary work then.
That's more or less why I've been sent, yeah.
All right, well, don't do anything beyond the usual stupidity, and turns back in, lets you guys pass.
I don't plan on overthrowing any kingdoms here. And I walk in.
Not today.
It's early in the day.
As you pass, you see the guards just thinking stuff like, "Overthrowing? What the fuck?" And you guys enter, and yeah, you see it. The place looks a little. To Takari and Bob, the place looks a little dirty. That It's not exactly the cleanest place, but it is something. But it's something you usually see like an alleyway. But as for Hugbear and Corra, this is home.
That's why we felt so at home, like in our little run downtown, y'all.
Where do you think we should go first, Corra?
I mean, maybe the house, home.
I figured we'd...
Drop these two off.
Yeah. Let's do that before we hit like the Thieves Guild and things like that.
All right.
We do need to run by the Thieves Guild, let them know that we're in town.
Yeah.
All right. And so you guys traverse through, and eventually you find yourselves. You eventually find yourselves in front of Corra and Hugbear's house, and along the way you'll see. You'll see that like there will be. At one point, you see a child like sneak up to a cart, like a sales cart, grab something and take off. And then you see the store merchant's like, "Hey, what are you doing? Get back here!" And it starts to go chase after them. You see other kids start coming around the corner, take anything else they see on the table and try to run away.
If you think you saw it, you didn't.
Yeah, even one of them notices you, Bop, and does this.
I'll make eye contact with that kid and raise one eyebrow.
The kid looks at you and just squirmishes back and runs away.
Bop's just like, okay.
Hugbear's been here long enough that he knows these kids are going to try and fuck with him. So rather than get fucked with, he's going to just like every like 30 feet, just throw a gold to the right or left.
Okay. So why don't you deduct?
He's going to do that. Yeah.
Okay, so deduct 3 gold pieces off you.
Cool.
And yeah, as you flick one, you see there's like sometimes you see someone like first person knows, like grabs it, runs away. There's another time you flip the coin. There's an immediate skirmish, like rats to dropped food. Just mine. No, that's
just out of
mine.
curiosity, how many? Like, what kind of gang are we talking about here?
We're talking. We're talking like almost a dozen.
Yeah. Okay. the gangs
Do
are
I
getting
recognize any of them?
Make a perception check.
bigger. These are the ones you're like, don't play with that little Timmy. He's gonna grow up to be a thief just like his dad.
I just want to know if I taught any of them.
21. Yeah, you do recognize a handful of them. You recognize this, like a couple of them you did teach, or someone you just recognized on the streets. Because this place is
The ones.
Hmm?
The ones I recognize, I'm going to kind of like signal to come over. I'm going to give them 3 gold each.
Okay, it's 3 gold each. So why don't
With
you...
the caveat, leave the rest of these people alone while we're here.
All right, so why don't you deduct 12 gold off you? You'd say they take the gold, and they nod to your request and run off.
Thanks. I would have just kept throwing money.
I was one of them once.
Home looks so much smaller since being out in the world.
Now that you have a whole kingdom of your own and not just a rundown home.
Yeah, it's probably that. It's probably exactly that.
Yeah.
Yet I still sleep on your couch.
I mean, some things will never change. It's probably the safest place to be.
All right, and so eventually you come.
Put I put the kiddos up on my shoulder.
All right, you do that.
I'll turn to my friends and be like, oh yeah, welcome to my home. It's not much. Honestly, I would have preferred if we never came back, but
Why don't you describe what
Yeah.
your house looks like on the outside?
it's nothing crazy. A little rundown, but not like dilapidated. It's just, I feel like you could best describe it as a little shack. It's got 3 rooms on the inside. One that's like a kitchen / living area right when you walk in. A bathroom and a bedroom. And in the bedroom there's like a partition up to separate our side from Mur's side. And a very large Hugbear sized couch that looks like it's been used a few times in the main area. Bars on all the windows because we don't trust people. But
Yeah, you
nothing
guys.
to write home about.
Bob and Takari look over. You do see there is a window up front, and you see that there's the wooden panels that like the window open and close to, and then you see like just glance when the window is slightly open, you do see like a metal bar.
That's why I didn't feel so out of place when they had me in a cage.
Not all of us are princesses.
I think only one of us is a princess.
I don't know what you're talking about. I thought we were talking about Hugbear.
Come on, sorry, we could fit like all of our houses back in Nofliasile inside like the living room of the castle we grew up in.
I mean, fair.
Well, Corra, it's up to you if you want to, spend some money to fix this place up. Certainly we have it, but
That only makes it a target.
that's true too. Well, everybody in, and yeah, I'll walk up to the door and give her a rap, tap, tap, and head on in if it's unlocked.
It's
Has
unlocked.
this place been ransacked already? Gone.
No, it looks the same.
No sense locking the doors, get in anyway.
Welcome
Yeah,
to our home. It's not much.
Now, do you, your family live separate from your other family, Corra? Okay, just want to make sure. Right.
I moved the fuck out of there as soon as I could.
Mood.
but yeah, speaking of that, maybe while we're in town, we can talk to your dreadful mother. I mean, wonderful mother.
I mean, you can.
I meant mostly for Mur. I don't plan on sticking around.
I mean, I plan on taking my family back with us.
Oh. Everybody's going to Nofliasile.
Would you rather live in Nofliasile or here?
All right, fair enough. But if she tries to brush me one more time.
Listen, it's not as bad as you remember right before we were called to Nofliasile, and I came home from a nice day at work, and you had been taking care of Mur all day, and you had those bows in your hair? You don't miss that?
You had bows in your hair?
I have
When was
I have
this?
fought I have fought Gorgons. I have
I remember
Fuck.
the one, Teddy. I covered him in pink ribbons.
fought great giant beasts. Never before have I cried. Until that day.
Yeah, one
Sometimes it's
one day
good to be
with
humble.
you see first speaks up. One day, Hugbear was asleep, and then I knotted some of his hair and covered it with pink bows.
Good job, Bert. Good job.
I had never been more proud of you, sweetheart.
Wow. Yeah, family's great. Can't wait to start up my own.
Try to have your own Hugbear.
You see
Alright,
first speaks up. Mom, how long are you gonna be gone?
That's a good question that Mom doesn't necessarily have the answer for. Hugbear, how long are we supposed to be gone?
Shouldn't be long at all. All we have to do is figure out why all these people are going missing, and Bob's your uncle. We're right back home.
Who's Bob?
Bob's my uncle?
I mean, we could. I didn't make up names for my brothers, so I could damn well have a brother named Bob.
Bob is also very confused as to who Bob is.
I mean, you could go hang out with your uncles while we're home.
Okay.
I'm sure they'd love to see you.
Is one of them Bob?
Lindsay is one of them, Bob.
Daniel speaks. Yes, that's my younger brother.
I knew that from the moment I set out. All right.
Papa's skeptical.
But don't worry, Daniel speaks. Don't worry, Corra. We'll be fine.
Yeah. Daniel, you know your way around. You know the shops around here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him 15 gold to go out and get food, get any necessities, because there's probably not fucking TP here.
I'm assuming at this point that our house has been ransacked.
Yeah. Here's 15 gold to get the essentials.
Will do. All right, Corra. Love you. Good luck. Be back.
That's the plan. Love you too. I'm gonna give him a nice little kiss on the cheek.
Aw.
This is the most affection anyone but Hugbear has seen me give my husband.
And he gives you one back and walks away with Fern. Fern goes, "Bye, Mom."
A nice little tousle of Murr's hair. Be good. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Along
And you
with
see Dane speaks up, says, "What? Actually follow the law?"
Oh,
I follow all the laws that I write.
And
Holy
they
shit.
disappear amongst the crowd.
Perfect. Did
Yeah,
anybody
what's
want to
wonder-
do some shopping, or are we going Thieves Guild, or are we going literally wherever Dearest is?
We can,
Who's Dearest?
I mean, we can do some shopping. I just don't know how well the merchants will take to my presence.
You being back. Yeah, gotcha. Thieves Guild it is then.
Yeah, we should probably check in with them first. Regardless.
Thieves Guild.
All right, and you. All right, and so you head out. You leave your house, and you wanted you and Hugbear make perception checks with advantage for me to spot the secret the thieves' cant symbols.
Okay.
Will that do it?
Yeah,
Fucking
that will
30s. Look at you.
30s will do it for you. You traverse through the town, and it's like you never left. It's like you, and you find your way through, and you find the symbols that point you to the right directions, and eventually you find yourself to a. You walk over to it's like a sewer hole entrance, and you knock on the lid, giving the secret code. The lid slides open, and you see actually coming out of the hole, you recognize as give me a second. You recognize as Tathrak, who is a male drow. In his opposition. I was wondering where you've been.
I've been a bit busy.
And you see he steps out, and you see he wears sort of like a dark brown or black colored leather armor with daggers and a short sword. You guys, you and Hugbear just like disappeared on us, and you just kind of left us alone. It's been months.
Wasn't necessarily the plan, but
I literally can't disappear. Like, if you lost me, you weren't looking.
I guess we weren't looking close enough.
in the plus side, I have gone in contact with other guilds throughout the lands.
Oh, really?
Grown our horizons a bit.
Alright, well. It'll be interesting to be in contact with all of those. I like to talk more, but I need to do some information gathering. So we'll catch up later.
Very well.
And I see Hugbear, people I don't know, and jogs off.
Regarding the secret entrance,
As
just
he's
let three
gone,
people
she's
in
gonna-
that you don't know.
I'm
As
gonna
he's
turn.
gone, Bob's gonna be like, I'm Bob.
I want to turn to Hugbear. You should go down first, because if we just throw Bop down, they might kill her.
Hey, Bob, you want to go first?
Sure.
No, no,
What?
no.
All right, I'll go.
Oh, okay. There we go. And Corra kind of just like shepherds them all in, just kind of pushing them in as quickly as possible.
Alright.
And then follows them in and closes it.
Alright. And yeah, you head down. So who goes down first?
Hugbear.
I do.
Alright, so Hugbear, you head down first, and it's a ladder climb. It's with metal rails, so you climb down, goes down for about 40 feet, and then you get to the bottom, and there's a small entryway that you have to really duck under, past a piece of cloth. You brush through, and you see something similar to what Arle's underground thing is like, but it's smaller, and sort of just like one big room. And you notice that there are other thieves that are just passing the time, whether it be sleeping or playing games with each other, trying to get at each other.
Just before we enter the room, I'm going to put my echo 30 feet into the middle of this room.
Mm-hmm.
And just cause an uproar, like shaking my fist, just to scare the shit out of anybody who might be looking.
Alright, make an intimidation check for me.
Oh, those never go well because it's not strength-based. Just the first one. 9 either way.
So you summon your echo, ah, and see the thieves look over, and then they look back to what they were doing.
Well,
not phased.
They're
Well, I
used to
tried to make
shit
it.
from
You're
you.
not amused.
yeah, this is a new trick. They haven't seen this one before. Fine.
Yeah, but they're used to your like shit.
All right, I just walk in.
You walk in, and you hear from like what's behind the counter. You see a female drow. You recognize as the twin of Tathrak. Is Maythray. she looks and says, "Well, I gotta say, that's pretty new. Don't usually see you in a bluish form."
Well, you just hang around a couple of dwarves who pass down, just their heritage to anybody who walks by, and by God, the things you learn.
I'm certainly curious to see how scary you are after you left. And Corra, good to see you.
I'm gonna give her a big ol' hug. I think we're friends. I'm gonna give her a big ol' hug.
You're good terms with the twins.
Long time no see.
Oh yeah, and I'm assuming you saw brother leaving.
I did. I expect both of you to come by the house soon to catch up.
Oh
We
yeah.
have
I'll also
quite a
come
bit
back
of
in.
talking to do. There was some differences coming home this time.
Oh. Would you like to share some of that beans? And you see, you hear no voice comes out and says, "Maythray, I believe that business is with me." And you look over and you see a sort of standing about 3'8" is a kobold, male kobold, which Corra and Hugbear recognize to be Zarn, who is the leader of the Thieves Guild.
I think for the first time ever, Takari and Bob are gonna see Corra get extremely excited to see someone. Like, extremely. And she's gonna rush over there and, like, pick him up in a big old hug.
Guy,
Long time no see.
it's been a while, Corra. Have you finally come to kill me?
I mean, I could have killed you long ago, but where would the fun be? The one person who can
Oh, is
actually
this you
make
not
fun
killing
of
me?
No, not quite.
Oh no.
She's been planning this for months. Asphyxiation, yes.
For years.
Well, at least you actually have a plan this time, compared to the last job you had. I heard that Hugbear had to free you out.
Sometimes things don't go as I plan.
And by the way, who the fuck are these strangers?
They're so what? How did you two get here? You're so stealthy. Are you thieves?
They're not necessarily the best at stealthing.
One of them looks at it and says, "I don't recognize him."
They snuck past all of the defenses. Corra and I didn't even recognize them.
There
My
was
God, you must be master thieves.
Takari's gonna pull up her hood and just roll stealth. Do
Go ahead.
you want me to do it with advantage?
Sure. Oh yeah, you're wearing the elven cloak.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all advantage.
Don't fuck this up.
In a room full of thieves, you managed to hide.
Cora's gonna like whisper like right under her breath. At least she's finally learning.
Bob.
See Zarn goes, "Alright, well."
I'm just
There
Bob.
with me.
Oh, okay, well, why don't the five of you come back in, though, we'll talk.
I'm just Bob.
Bob, would you like to try to show your skills, my dear?
I can
God,
grow a
if you
tree.
Good for you.
Those were not the skills I meant, my dear. Come on. I'm gonna use them on skills and shepherd everyone in.
Okay, and you
Takari would have removed her cloak or the hood anyway.
Corra, why don't you make a perception check?
I also would like to add a note of, flavor. Oh, love that. A flavor note.
You don't know where Takari is. You get Hugbear, you get Bob, you get Drum. You don't know where Takari is.
Okay, so we'll flavor this. I'm doing my head count and I'm like, 1, 2,
Takari would have removed her hood at that point.
1. Just really counts.
Takari comes back into frame for you.
Okay, in there.
Alright, and so you guys are gathered into a side room in which there's a small table and a little lantern in the middle. And he goes,
Trying to count Lenora even though she's not there.
He goes, his Zarn speaks, so he goes, "Alright. So, What are you doing here?
I mean, you say that like you're not excited to see me. Like I couldn't just like miss home.
Well, you were gone for quite some time after your last screw up, so I wasn't sure if you were coming back on friendly terms.
I mean, I think I'm honestly on the friendliest terms I've ever been here on.
That is true.
What have you heard since we left?
Well, since we left, you know, after you couldn't find anything, during your last sweep of the Strong Scar family, they now hold power that the Pale Cuts used to have, and they have been ruling for past couple months.
So, have you heard anything from the outside world other than that?
I have been hearing of a few kingdoms that have been either suddenly changing leaderships or a mystery being solved.
Have you heard of who the leaders are in any of these kingdoms?
You mean the people that saved them? Or the people that did these?
Either or.
I heard it was a group of chuckle fucks.
Where would they be?
I don't know, maybe standing before me?
I heard one was really big and handsome.
I mean, that's what
standing
mostly got
before
me
you.
to realize that, but you stick out so much.
Yeah.
Seeing as you're the closest thing I've had to a dad, I guess that means your daughter's kind of in charge of a kingdom now.
Oh, so Miss Corra has moved on from our society, has gone to something higher. You have become what we hate, huh?
What's a better way to get rid of things than from the inside?
Very true. So there's no way you're just here on a visitors with a site with a goal of just visiting. What do you want? What are you up to?
Before we get to that, I think it's important to discuss. Coming into town, there was a couple mind flayers watching everything.
I see. We have heard that. We have heard from we have heard rumors from townsfolk that the people are seeing these weird creatures. I guess they're mind flayers. Just watching. They haven't come as close as the entrance that the cave entrance you came from. They've just been, as far as I heard, they've just been observing.
I'm not convinced. They're just observing. Has anyone else left recently? Anyone acting differently?
Not really. The only weird part is that recently, is that people, as you know, people go missing, but then they tend to come back. As of recent, some of these people have started not coming back. One of them being Spart, my cousin.
I assume I was counted among the ones who did not come back.
Yeah, we were starting to get, well, no, because I believe you told me that you were leaving, so I assured everyone that you weren't completely disappearing, so.
I'm just trying to get a time frame.
Because it's been a couple months.
Have there been any other changes in the town? Any new recruits or anything? Anyone new to this town that I should know about?
The security has gotten a little bit stricter. There has been with a earlier curfew. Probably has to do something with the kidnappings, but these disappearances. But
What time is the curfew?
Before you left, you were to go to bed whenever you want to. These curfews 8 o'clock. 8 at night. We're told that we have to no longer be on the streets.
But I don't go to bed until 10.
Well, then you'll have to camp inside for 2 hours and kill time.
It'll give Mur more time to do your hair.
But I hate rules. That's why I have my own city.
Hugbear, you're no good if we end up back in jail.
I sent out,
If I
I just sent out Tathrak to do a little investigation to see if he can gather some information. You know, something you couldn't do before you left, Corra. And I'm gonna wait till he should be returning back tomorrow to you see, he gives a little bit of a grin after that comment to
I think I've done more than my job. Especially if I've connected almost all the kingdoms.
For once you were useful, but not to us apparently.
I'm going to hand him over a note that I've taken, and it's all like in code, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of where all of the thieves guilds are and how to contact them that I've gotten in contact, and leaders that I've gotten in contact with. Figure you might want that.
Yeah, he takes it, looks at it, his eyes widen a little bit. Holy shit.
There's a reason I was always your favorite pupil.
There's no doubt about it. And you see, he takes it, he pockets it. Alright, so you're here to investigate, to look into these disappearances?
I will do so. I do have one demand of my own. I have given you resources for the rest of the continent. You are always welcome in Noflius Isle, but you leave our economy alone.
Puts his hands up. I won't even touch it.
The guild is always welcome at home. However, I cannot support and protect it if they're stealing from itself.
Right. Well, since you're a little bit of the more noble folk now, how about this? I can get you guys in contact with the Pale Cuts, and you can talk to them. So since they're the ones who are the closest to discuss with the Strong Scars, and you could get a little bit of information out of them. Maybe get some cobwebs out of your heads and get a little bit of reminders. And at the same time, you see, he looks. I'm unsure what's to come, so I think I may have to play this card. And he walks away, goes to a drawer, opens it. You see, he holds a key. He hands up. I need. While I guide some of you to the Pale Cuts, I need one or two of you to head over to this house and retrieve something for me. Well,
What is it?
retrieve. You'll see.
In which house?
Burn that old. Burn that the stories of the crazy inventor I told you about when you were much littler.
Yes.
Well, his home is still around, even though he's disappeared. and rumor has it there's something in his basement. I want you to go check it. I want someone to go check it out for me.
Understood. I'll take the key.
Okay. So I
For a
just need to
second,
know
I
who
thought
am
you were-
I just need to know who am I guiding to the Pale Cuts, and then I'll lead you over while someone goes with Corra to see about this house.
I'm gonna turn to the rest of the party. Hugbear, as much as I hate to say it, I think it's best that you and I split up, because we're the only ones familiar with home.
You say that.
I think it would be best if you took Takari, because she has not only leverage of our own kingdom, but her pedigree in general.
Takari, you have to use all the fancy words.
I will take
Okay.
Bop with me,
You can see Jerome
if
goes.
that if that is
And what's of me?
acceptable.
What would you want me to do?
That's a good question.
I think I'd be more fitting with the probably with the investigating than the talking with.
That's what I assumed too.
So I'll go.
I also assume we'll need more backup, given we don't necessarily know what we're going into.
So I'll go with you then, Corra and Bop.
May we also take Maythray with us? I would feel better having someone who knows the land along my side as well.
Zarn goes, take what you need.
Very well. I do ask that you go see the little one before we leave. I'm sure she would love to see you again. You do have a tendency to spoil her.
That I do, because I tend to spoil you, so I need to return the favor. And you just
Are we in his office?
So it looks like it, yeah.
Is there anything cool in here?
Dude, you're not allowed to steal from my dad.
He is the thief master in this town.
He's not like my dad, but like he's like my
He's
dad.
got something cool in his office.
Yeah, me.
You see there's like a portrait. You see there's this portrait, maybe stolen. And it's just like of the overall town. And you see there's pins on it with like string connected to them. And then you also see there's a desk with like papers on it. It's a little bit of a mess, but not a whole lot. You only make do so much with the space that you have.
Not a single cool magical gem.
He may have it. Maybe he just doesn't have it on display.
Well, lame. All right. All right. Well, let's split the party then.
All right. And so, all right. And so, if I remember, so it'll be Corra, Bop, Jerome, and Maythray. They're gonna head over to the inventor's house.
Yep.
While Hugbear, Takari, just you two, with Zarn, you guys will head over and you guys will meet with the Pale Cuts. Why don't we take a break here?
Cool. Dearest, where are you? Where can we find you?
Where are you? We will.
And I'm so sorry.
I was just thinking it. I was just thinking about it. I was like, I want to say it, but I don't want to get
Kunzi in trouble.
Don't worry,
What?
I started it. So we're gonna take a 10-minute break, and we'll come back to the to what the party's gonna do. Let's continue things. So first, you guys made a plan of splitting the party. So Zarn will escort Hugbear and Takari to go see the Pale Cut family, while Corra, Bop, Jerome, I need to close that window, and Maythray, with Maythray's assistance, they'll head over to this Crazy Adventures house to see what's going on. So let's start with the crazy house first. So we cut over to this. Corra, why don't you make a survival check with advantage, since you're bringing Maythray with you? $20. And because this is the first time you're going to this sort of place, you follow the signs, you find your way, and you traverse through the crowd, going through the alleyways, and you find yourself at this house, which, much like yours, isn't really well kept, but you can see that by some of the like the wood and material, that this house wasn't really well kept. It seems almost abandoned.
I'm gonna turn to Maythray. How would you like to do this?
Well, it appears that it's been a while since someone was last here. So maybe I'll go see if I can find a window to go through, and then I'll go through. You can check the front door.
Very well.
Right. And she goes around a corner and disappears.
Bob, you stay behind me. Be ready for anything to come out of that door.
Got it. And she pulls out her gun again.
You see Jerome speaks up. What would you want me to do?
Come with me for backup.
Alright. Will do.
And we'll go up to the door.
Okay.
And first we'll see if it's unlocked.
You turn the doorknob. Locked.
Do you happen to know how to pick locks?
Me?
Yes.
No. I'm a hunter. I don't steal things.
Very well. I will go ahead and unlock the door.
Okay. Do you have a set of thieves' tools?
I do.
Alright. And you're proficient?
I am.
So you're gonna roll a d20, add your dexterity, and then add your proficiency. So it's such I don't think you have expertise in these, do you?
I do not.
Okay. Then so we'll just add are you proficient in a dexterity skill that's not in expertise?
Acrobatics.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an acrobatics check. And we'll just know that it's a check for yeah, 24. You
Does a flip in front of the door.
you fiddle with the lock a little bit. It's a little rusty. So you have to nudge it hard a little bit, and you hear a click, and then you turn the door knob, and it opens.
Try to remain unseen and follow me. And I am going to stealth
Bop is gonna stealth.
with them watching me. So they can hopefully maybe see me.
Sure. Everyone make stealth checks.
Oh! Look at Bop.
Oh yeah.
Let me roll for Jerome here for a minute. Wow, holy shit. Okay. Jerome rolls a 26 for stealth.
Oh yeah. I've taught them well, y'all.
Bop has been watching.
And so yeah, you guys sneak in. And you guys sneak in, and if anyone was in that room, they would never notice you. And then when you get in, Corra, you hear a whistle sound, and you know that sound is from I clicked on the wrong thing. Methray.
We'll go towards the whistle.
And you that's usually a sound of asking if it's clear.
I will respond in kind.
Okay. And so then she, you see her just slowly sneak in. I looked around the top floor, nothing.
Nothing when we came in. We might as well go to the basement and see what we can find.
Can I?
Yes.
Let me see if I actually have. I know I have it.
You look around and it's a small. It seems like a one room, two-story building. And so you look around, you don't see any other doors besides the one you just came in.
May I roll investigation to see if I can find a hidden door?
Make an investigation check.
No, why not?
I'll roll for Mathrin too.
Damn it.
Would Bob like to partake in it also?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd do detect magic, but apparently at some point I removed that because I'm always with Takari, who does it first.
But everyone's looking around, including Jerome, and all of you seem to be struggling, trying to figure out where this is.
20.
To figure out where this is, and then Bob, you just look over at the the couch, and you notice that there's something off with. You notice that on the floor, there's scratch marks.
She's gonna nudge Corra and there's I think somebody moved the couch or messed up the couch, scratched at the couch.
I will go investigate with you.
Alright. You look over, and you see she points out the scratch marks. She points out the scratch marks to you. What do you do?
Are they on the couch or like on the ground?
They're near where the legs of the couch are. Not on the legs, but near where they are. They seem to they lead away from it, but they seem to lead in a path of the legs.
When they get closer to it, Bob's gonna be like, "Drum, come here. You gotta move it. I think we should move the couch."
Okay. And you and Jerome push the couch off to the side, and you look over and you see the floorboard that's underneath the couch. And Bob, with that natural 20, after you moved it, you notice that there is a section of floorboard that is slightly different, just ever so slightly different colored. Like You know, like when you look at a color of like a hexadecimal value, it's like this is like the color that's like the floor is like brown, but then this one floorboard is like one hexadecimal shade up of brown. So that's how that is
So
how.
you're saying it would trigger my OCD if that doesn't match.
Yeah. Your OCD is just like, oh, that's not the same color.
She's gonna go over and take her dagger and kind of see if she can't pry it up.
Yeah, you pop the wood floor out, move the board, and you see there is a lock.
Corra.
I will try to use the key on the lock.
All right, you stick the key in, turn it, and you see, and then you see a section of floor just sink in, revealing steps.
I will remain hidden, and I will go down first.
Okay. As you're heading down, make me a perception check.
That's not as good as I wish it was, but
Who would go after Bob? Would you let anyone go before you? Or would you go right after Corra?
I think she probably sticks closer to Corra.
Okay, why don't you make a perception check also? And then, alright, and I'll roll for everyone else. Alright, and
I vote that Jerome takes the last.
yeah, so it'll be Corra, Bob, Mathram, and then Sharam. And Jerome. And you guys walk down these steps, and as you think about you get to the bottom, Corra, you step on a step and you feel it sink in and you hear a click, and then an orb above you charges up with energy, and you see three, and you see that a lightning rod, you see a lightning strike down towards you. As it goes towards you, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Okay. That'll do.
And I'm pretty sure you're at a point where you don't take damage when you succeed dexterity saving throws, right?
I'm pretty sure. Let me double check.
Yeah.
You've got to have evasion by now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think evasion.
Yeah, I have to. I do.
Okay, so yeah, you don't take damage, and you see as it misses you. Give me a sec here. I just want to make sure I'm looking at it correctly.
It hits Bop and she explodes into a million pieces.
No, you're shorter than me.
And you see where it misses, 3 other streaks of lightning shoot out, and I need Bop, Jerome, and Math to make dexterity saving throws also.
Rat.
Please don't fuck it up. Can I take one of my inspiration and re-roll, please?
Okay, so Bop re-roll.
I'll use an inspiration and reroll. Keep your inspiration. It's okay.
That's so many, are you sure? God damn it. Don't worry, y'all. I'm killing our small friend, apparently.
Oh,
Okay, so and then Mathram also fails somehow.
I have a reaction. Can I use a reaction?
What's your reaction?
Absorb elements.
Okay, so you'll just take half damage then.
Bet.
Okay, and then let's see, Mathram, she fails, but she also has evasion. And then, so she only takes half damage on a fail, and Jerome rolls a natural 20, so he'll only take half damage. Let me just roll the dice here. So already halved. No, Bob, you failed completely. Oh no, you still take half. Luckily you did, because the full damage would have been 57 points of lightning damage, but since you did a reaction, it is only 28 points of lightning damage.
I'm good.
I need y'all to get better at this whole not getting hit thing.
Says the one who stepped on the landmine.
But did I get hurt? Did I say they had to walk that close?
Yes.
And so
You always tell me I have to be close to you, or else I'll get, or else I'll get kidnapped like Takari.
I say we have to use a buddy system.
You were my buddy. I don't know these people very. I barely know the tiger dude, and I don't know this lady. I'm sure you're a nice lady. I don't know you. You're my buddy.
Okay.
But yeah, and you see that orb where that came from? Immediately dispels.
Tip of my poor tail is all singed.
And you guys are just left there. Some of you hurt, some of you not. And it's dark.
I would like to roll a perception check.
Go ahead.
I do have dark vision, so that's nice.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well,
you look around, and some parts you can't really see, almost as if this dark is not natural. And then but you see on the wall, just barely, is a small little switch.
stay here. I'm gonna whisper to Bop and kind of with the urgency of pass it on. And I would like to sneak over, and I would like to investigate the switch to see if it's trapped or anything.
Make an investigation check. It does not appear to be trapped. You look at it, you examine it. It looks to be, and you also look around and you notice there's another orb-like thing up on top. But you don't think it's the same kind of orb that dealt that lightning damage.
Okay. Let me roll Arcana real quick to see if I can understand potentially what the orb is for.
Okay, go ahead. You have no idea what it. You have no idea what it is.
Well, I'm gonna flick the switch.
All right, you flip the switch, and you see the orb turns on. You have to cover your eyes a little bit because it goes bright all of a sudden. And you open your eyes, and from what area you saw as just pure darkness lights up, and you see a figure, arms stretched out, handcuffed, chained to a wall. Boyo, why don't you describe your character for us?
You found him.
What you see sitting there is a shirtless drow man, dark skin, very, very slumped down. Pink hair, halfway on his head, covering half of his face. Somehow keeping a hat on while his head is hung. Eyes are covered by said hat, but he does have pants on, thank God. But as he sits there, he's actually covered in dust on top of his hat, his head, his neck, his shoulders, and he just sits there, unresponsive.
You see Jerome goes, "What the hell is this place?" And
That scientist lab, can't you keep up?
And you see Mithra goes, "I've seen some weird shit, but still, this is weird. Is he dead?"
Pop, thoughts. You've seen some weird shit. You've been in a cage.
This definitely looks like what name deleted from my memory. I don't think I ever named the evil wizard that had her. I don't ever think we named him. Definitely kind of looks like a experimentation room. She's gonna put her gun away real quick and pull out her stick, her trusty quarterstaffy stick, and walk over and poke his foot.
Oh, he had 1 health point left.
Shame.
Not hard. Not painfully poke, just kind of like.
I mean, I could fireball him.
He would, at that, he would reactionary pin the stick down to the floor and look up, glaring.
It's alive!
Bob, why don't you take a moment? Does Boyo's your character's eyes open at this point?
I mean, technically they've been open the entire time. They've just been shielded by the hat. But yes,
Okay,
they are open.
So, Bob, why don't you take a moment to describe your character for Boyo?
Bop is a gnome. She has kind of auburny red hair. She also has fox ears and a fox tail. She wears lots of blue and a brown studded leather armor that has a giant bear print on the back of it. Yeah, that's Bob. But she's
All right.
normal gnome height, but with her ears.
I'm still hidden back here by the light switch.
Cora,
Bob also has the friendliest demeanor.
Cora, I've got Cora. Why don't you make a stealth check for me?
Pop is a golden retriever. Confirmed.
Okay.
Coonsy, the lowest I can get
It's
on a
natural
stealth check
It's a natural 1.
is a 25. Right?
Yeah, but you can still get a natural 1, and that's an auto fail.
That's true.
That is some nice stealth right there.
Yeah.
I'm a stealthy
disgusting.
boy.
Sometimes she just poofs out of existence.
She's gone to the ethereal plane too many times.
Yep.
Whole weeks at a time.
Damn.
But yeah, Boyo, your character, look, you feel something touch your foot. You react to put it down with your foot, and you look up and you see this fox-eared gnome standing in front of you.
Coonsy, I would like to pull my bow out just in case.
Okay, duly noted.
Because Bop's awfully close.
Duly noted.
Bob's fearless, though.
As he is now looking at you, Bob, you'll notice he has slightly glowing purple eyes. But he's just going to look up. Who are you?
I'm Bob. Who are you? Why are you chained up? Why are you half naked? I like your hat.
Thank you. Doesn't know how to respond to that many questions all at once.
Golden retriever.
How did you get down here?
There's stairs. They're booby trapped. I singed my tail, but there's stairs. We found them.
Father would booby trap him. Would you mind letting me go?
That depends. Are you going to kill me? Or attack me in any way?
Who do you work for?
Are they?
I wouldn't know that name, would I?
No, you do not know that name.
All right. I don't know that name. So no, I don't have a reason to hurt you.
Okay. You can't hurt anybody else either.
I can't promise that, but I have no reason to hurt you.
Because I might have friends.
You look.
But we don't mean you any harm.
What are friends?
It's fine. My mom just might be here.
You hear a voice just out of the shadows. There are no shadows, but you hear it out of the shadows.
God damn it.
Okay, so Bob's gonna think about it for a minute. She's gonna be like, okay. She's gonna look for a way to let him down.
All right, make an investigation check for me.
Okay.
And Boyo, as you look around and see where that voice comes from, you do spot what looks to be a tiger humanoid, and then you see there's also a drow.
Lindsay, I would like to do an insight roll
Sure.
on
What are you inciting?
the chained up person. I want to see if they're lying about whether or not they're going to try to attack my daughter.
I've got my.
Are you deceiving in any way, Boyo?
No.
Seem to be telling the truth. And Bob, you look, and you see there are keyholes on the handcuffs, but you think to yourself, where have I seen these keyholes before? God, I don't remember. Where did I see them before?
My God.
She's gonna, like, start patting her pockets. And talking to herself out loud. Do I have a key? I had a key.
I'm going to let out
There was a key.
the longest, most heavy sigh.
And then I
It
had
kind of come into existence.
and it was gone. Keys.
What do you... Okay. Keys.
Or
No.
keys.
Kind of wander up. Hello.
Corra, do you have a key? I don't have a key. He's locked in there. And
Why did you tell him my name?
Sorry.
Do you promise not to attack me either?
Now you see this half-elf appear out of thin air, essentially.
Just wearing the most okay, you know the look that moms get when their child is annoying them in the grocery store?
Yes.
Specifically
Yes.
that one. She's got that look on.
Oh.
Do you promise not to attack me either?
That depends. Who do you work for?
Myself.
I wouldn't know her at all, so...
You could argue I work for my dad, but...
Yeah, you don't recognize her. You don't
Who's your
recognize anyone
dad?
in this room.
That's for me to know.
Well, I would need to know, too, to answer your question honestly. Kunzi, lore-wise, how well known is,
the members of the Thieves Guild, like the leaders and stuff.
Zarn is amongst the oldest of everyone, and there's also a few like veterans. So memory goes back decades, and they also have records too.
But like for the general populace, because I'm not gonna say something that's gonna put him truly at risk, like if it's not a known thing.
Could you rephrase your question? Because I'm not understanding what you're asking.
So, for people who are not part of the Thieves Guild,
Uh-huh.
how well known are the members and like the leadership within it?
Oh, how well known is the Thieves Guild to the
Yeah, like the leadership and like the members therein.
Okay. I mean, it is known that there's a Thieves Guild in this town, but it's not known. It's not known who's a member. Because everyone at this point is almost thief-like, and so it's really hard to tell who is just poor and who is really a member.
Okay, so my response to that will be the leader of the guild.
Which one?
Which leader or which guild?
Both? You're not really giving me any kind of information here. If you want to know if I'm a danger to you, you need to give me the information.
We can just leave. I'm the only one with this, and I'll hold up the key.
Boyo, you recognize this key.
Okay.
Didn't get it by the most savory of means, but I have it.
How did you get that?
It was... found, acquired...
That was my father's
Come
possession. I
across.
would like to know where you got his key.
Who's your father?
Abandoned property always has a way of finding its way to other people.
Damn you, Infinite.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Can you tell me now? Who is your daddy? What does he do?
What does he do?
He looks at vagina.
Oh,
Holy
wow.
shit. Oh, boy.
Okay.
Okay.
Breathe, cat.
I need to double check that because I don't think I actually gave him a name.
See, I should have given Creepy Wizard Dude a name too. I didn't think about that.
It's fine. I didn't give any of my siblings or my mother a name.
One of them
So,
is Bob now.
no, that's my brother-in-law.
Oh yeah, it's Daniel's family.
So I married the
Didn't
man
give
with the
my
most
in real
basic
life
name.
children names either.
Yeah, it's Minfinite 1 and Minfinite 2.
Precisely.
I didn't give him a name.
Am
Is
I
it
the only
Bob?
one that named my NPC characters?
Well,
You are.
yeah, Takari was one that gave me a full list of NPCs.
Takari had like a backstory, and they had backstories. And
I
they
don't even know
had
who my
backstories.
dad is.
They gave me so many strings to pull. Just.
Here's the thing. I gave. No. Here's the thing.
Love
I gave you power to build it how you wanted it.
I didn't know his actual name. I called him father.
Lindsay, what race did you say this man was?
Who? The person in front, the boy's character?
Uh-huh.
He is a
Mhm.
drow.
I'm gonna like squint my eyes at you, thinking for a second. whisper to Bop. What do you think the fucking odds are? Cause like I didn't know my dad, and he was an elf, and this boy looks like a fucking elf.
Bob's gonna whisper back. I mean, what are the odds of we find my parents stranded on the side of the road after not knowing who they were my whole life?
What are you saying, Bop? We're like doing this like whisper behind hands, but like
Well,
you're right there. You can definitely hear this.
Bob's gonna be like, anything can happen.
Fuck. So you don't know much about your dad either?
I just know he was a powerful wizard. I didn't turn out how he liked. He didn't like my future wife, so he killed her, knocked me out, and locked me up here. I'm pretty sure a corpse finally stopped rotting along with the man he killed because I can't smell them anymore upstairs.
Were there bodies upstairs? I didn't see any either.
Bob's gonna like look over to where the other two are and look at Mithray and be like, and try to like keep the conspiratorial whisper, but from far away and be like, did you see bodies upstairs?
You see Mithray just looks at you and goes, I did notice a corpse upstairs.
I was gonna like whip around her. You didn't think about mentioning this earlier?
I didn't think it was important, honestly. Like it was nearly just bone. Like I thought it could have been a skeleton for display, but no.
Did it have anything good on it?
It's probably my fiance then.
You see, Drama speaks says, would you like me to investigate? I can determine what these bodies are.
Yeah, go see if there's anything good on it too.
Okay. And you see
Be careful.
John looks back to you, Corra, goes, oh, I fucking will be careful. And he just like very carefully with the stairs as he goes back, disappears upstairs. And Mithray speaks like, I'm gonna go upstairs and assist and keep an eye out.
Very well.
And she disappears upstairs.
I will turn back to the man.
Fuck's sake.
Well, you just did! You just did that!
Legitimately just did that.
I don't know this man!
He literally just said that was probably my fiance then.
Okay, but here's the thing, right? If there's a ring, we can compare it and see if it is.
And like, if
You
we
assume
can
that
bring you
he
back
had enough money to
mementos,
give her a ring.
That's fair, none of us do.
we can give you a memento if it's her.
Not a memento. Would you like her skull?
Oh my god, this is murdering the kids in the forest all over again.
This man is gonna be more traumatized than before.
Emotional damage.
Oh god.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so yeah, you see the two disappear back upstairs while you guys continue conversing.
What were we doing?
So, I ask again, am I any risk to you? Or are you any risk to me if I do let you out?
Honestly, I probably am a risk. Everyone that gets around me ends up dead, so...
Oh, us too! Unlock it!
But like... We didn't need to say that. But it's like the weird, like... Because I can't do it. You know, like the whisper moms do. They're like, you're in trouble, but they don't want to bring the entire store to know.
Yeah.
Just when we get back to the car.
When we get home.
She wasn't supposed to know that.
Not familiar with that whisper. IRL, my mom would just yell at me in the middle of the store. She did give no fucks.
Arguably, the whisper's scarier.
My
My
mom.
mom's Southern. She didn't do that. She did the
Yeah, my
the
mom
look.
gave me and my brother's look, and I was like the only one that paid attention to it because I was like terrified.
Yeah,
Because I was like, I don't want to get my ass whooped.
I too was the receding end of the look.
I give you that look all the time.
I need a guarantee that if I let you out, you are of no harm to myself, nor my child.
Pop's just okay with me called a child.
I mean, listen, how else am I supposed to describe it to a stranger?
There aren't any guarantees in life. But I'll do my best not to do anything to hurt you.
Bop, be ready just in case, and I'll let him out as soon as Bob has, like, something out.
Well, she's gonna drop her stick because he's still standing on it. And then she's gonna pull back out her musket.
Yeah. So yeah, Boyo, you see the little gnome before you just drop the stick that you were holding down, and then she pulls out another stick, but she's being encased in metal, and she's aiming one end towards you.
The hell is that?
Finger off the trigger, like, make sure.
Is that a crossbow?
It's a musket.
The hell's a musket?
Something a friend gave us.
The desire to just say in Bop's little voice, "Fuck around, find out."
So yeah, while you're intrigued by this weird stick that she's holding, you feel your wrists, one, then both of them come loose.
As they are free, he rubs his wrists and for the first time in a while straightens his back, just with a very satisfying pop of each vertebrae.
And how tall does he stand?
How tall did I make him?
Who are you?
Oh, he's as tall as me. He's 6'3".
Okay, so you're taller than me. Got it.
Don't be offended.
like
That's
four,
me. I listen. I keep forgetting 6'3" is not a normal height. Okay,
That's Travis Willingham's height. Okay, that is Travis' height.
That's my height. My dad's 6'7".
Fuck.
One of my best friends is one of my good friends is 7 feet tall. I'm short. I'm the short one.
I'm jealous and 6'.
Don't worry, you're not the tall one in the party.
Thank God.
You're one of the tallest out of the party. Hugbear being the tallest.
I'm not the tallest, but I am one of the tallest. Got it.
Yeah.
Bop's the tallest.
But yeah, when he stands up, he's still barefoot. He needs to get his crap at some point. But stands up straight, barrel chested. He looks like he could, like, Rock'em Sock'em Robots size, positioning. And then he just, Thank you. Did you disable all the traps on your way down?
I mean, I set one off.
Well, that's what woke me up.
I mean, it didn't hurt me any. Wait, shit, are you okay?
I singed my tail.
Your parents are gonna kill me.
Oh boy.
Fuck, Hugbear's gonna kill me.
Hugbear will just think it tastes better.
At that, he's gonna. Oh, here, allow me. And he puts his hand out and puts it on Bob's shoulder, and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
All right, so roll those dice. Bob, you take 15 points of healing damage.
Yay. Healing damage. Thank you. She's gonna be like, I feel better, but like the tip of her tail still has a little singe mark.
One or two of those hairs goes back to normal color.
Not smoky anymore.
We should probably get out of here before there's anything else that happens.
Is there anything else to see down here? Like, was he the coolest thing down here?
Now you got the chance to look around, this place seems pretty cleared out. That you do see there is like desks and drawers, but they're all like opened and there's nothing inside. And on the desk, there's nothing.
Looks like you were abandoned too. Sorry about that.
I wasn't abandoned. I was left for dead.
Same difference in this town.
Wouldn't know. I didn't get to spend too much time getting to know people.
If you promise to behave, if we stay under guard, we'll collect the rest of our friends. And then... Bob, what do you think? I think we have enough time to meet the appointment that the rest of them are at. Albeit a bit late.
Bob's gonna look at her arm like she has a watch on. Yeah.
I'd like to see what few things I have left are here.
Sure. Make a perception or investigation check.
Well, he says that to them because
Okay, gotcha.
if this is a place I'm thinking of, then his room should be upstairs.
I mean, I guess it won't, as long as you don't take too long, it wouldn't mess up everything else. We can grant you that, at least.
I just need to ready myself.
Very well.
You get
And
off my
Corra will
stick.
keep an eye on him while he's, like, looking through things.
Did he unstep my stick?
Yeah, because he moved to straighten himself and pop all his joints because he hasn't moved in God knows how long.
Okay. So she's still got her gun out, but she's gonna pick up her stick real quick and stow it away.
Okay. And so as you group yourselves with this, so as Bob and Corra help lead this newfound stranger out of the basement, we're gonna cut over to another part of town where we see Hugbear and Takari being led by Zarn, as he takes you over to a little bit more to the nicer side of town. You know, it's not as dirty. The houses look a little bit nicer, but it doesn't look much like a little bit fancier house here is almost like a common house out there.
And that's how I met Takari. She literally broke my nose the first time I met her. She is mean. She does not make a good first impression. She just like goes right for the heart and soul of you. But by God, it's just a lasting impression that led to friendship.
Really? Is that so?
Ugh.
No, that is not true at all.
You weren't there when I met Corra.
Oh, you said Takari!
You said Takari.
Oh, my bad. Oh, sorry, I meant Corra. Because I see Takari. But yes, I meant Corra.
You know, Hugbear, you keep altering the story multiple times, but no matter how many times you say it, you always somehow end up the victim. I'm starting not to believe what you're saying is true.
I am a beaten and broken man.
Yeah, sure. Well, anyway, we're approaching the house, so let me get you guys acquainted.
Oh,
And he
fantastic.
walks over to the house, to this little bit better house. Again, there's still bars outside the window, but you see that the place looks more kept. There's no holes, and there's no dust. The paint doesn't. There's like there does seem to be some coating on the wood here of these walls.
Okay.
And you see he walks over. He knocks on. He gives it like a knock. The door open. You see there's a maid. Half elf by the looks. He shows up his door and says, "Ah, Mr. Zarn. I see you're here and you have brought guests." And he goes, yes, I am here with, I have brought, Hugbear and, Miss Takari. And, I'm here to introduce them to the, old family. And she goes, why don't you come on in, head over to the living area, and, I'll go bring the masters.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure to meet y'all.
So you guys walk in, door closes, and you see she gives a little slight curtsy and then walks upstairs. And you guys are left to this this room in which there's this room looks a little nicer. Hugbear looks somewhat resembled of something like what Corra lives in, or like a house that you would find of sorts up there.
Okay. Her proper home.
Yeah.
Like with her mom. Yeah. Let's just say to Takari real quick. Boulder parchment cheers for who does all the talking. You ready for this?
I'm probably gonna be the one, aren't I?
Alright, we don't gotta play. I'll help you out, I guess.
Like, she looked at him like, I'm gonna be doing most of the talking, aren't I?
Is there anything, anything like of interest in this room?
You look around, and you see that there's a fireplace, and above it there's looks to be a family portrait. You see there's a human male, by the seal that's on this wall, that's like slightly balding, with green eyes, and you see a female human with you see a little bit more of with blonde hair with maybe some gray hairs every now and then, and then you also see in this frame, you recognize the two as members of the Pale Cut family. The guy being remember being the name of Rudy. His name was Rudolph, but he allows you to call him Rudy. And then the girl is Lana. Lana. And then you also see, so you recognize. So there's a third figure that you don't recognize. There's what looks to be a young male human, looks to be in his very late teens, and you can see the resemblance of both Rudy and Lana in this middle figure.
Okay. So it's just the three of them.
Yeah, it's just those three in the photo, in this portrait.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And afterwards, you see the same maid comes over and says, "I present Mr. and Mrs. Palecut." And you see the two walk in, and you see that these two look older than in the portrait. You see that Rudy is completely bald, with wrinkles and a little bit of a beard he's grown out, and it's gray and white. And you see Lana, same thing, more developed wrinkles, and her hair a little more gray and white than it is blonde. And you see Rudy speaks up and goes, Ah, Hugbear.
Rudy, a sight for sore eyes.
It's
Or are
good-
you making my eyes sore?
I think you're the one that's making my eyes sore. It's good to see you.
Lana, you've still look radiant.
Why, thank you. At least someone notices. And you see Rudy
Even
skips
if
a
this
slight...
place has no damn sun.
Well, you do what you can. Well, you do what you can with the sun lantern we have out there to give best record of daytime out there.
It's good to see you both. Do I know the story about their kid? Is he still alive?
You... Honestly, from the time that you've been here, you only know of the two of them.
Okay, so I won't bring that shit up because I don't know. Being out on the land, having grand adventures, seeing the actual sun.
Oh, really? What is it like?
Depending on what you've drank the night before, too damn bright.
So glad that we're able to adjust this light.
This is my friend Takari. You may
Pleasure
know
to-
of
It's a-
Hestein.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Hugbear associated with a noble. What else is new?
Well, I may very. Can you make yourself noble? What if you own a town?
You better stop talking these crazy things, Hugbear.
Yeah. Well, my friend Takari here is indeed noble. You know of her house in Hestein for sure.
Ah, yes, Hestein. It has been quite some time since we've had business with your father.
Yeah, that's why he kind of sent me out to kind of explore for him.
Lazy as usual, I can see.
No, more wrangling my eldest brothers.
Well, either way, welcome to Swueb Snos. Not as clean as probably your hometown, but it's something.
Certainly is. Can never get this smell out of my nostrils. Unfortunately, we're not just here on a friendly, well, I guess friendly mission no matter what, but we're looking to make connections and get down to the bottom of all these disappearances.
Well, sadly, we're not, as you know, we're not in much charge of the town as we're no longer the rulers. All the power has been given over to the Stronscars.
And how does that work exactly? How did all the power just get transferred?
Well, as you probably can't tell, Hugbear, but we're both getting old. And you see, Lana basically goes, well, at least one of us. And then he speaks and says, anyway, and we don't have a way to have our family continue ruling, so at the same time, this other family, Stronsgard, has suggested that they can take power as they're young and they're young and they can see about having another generation and they can continue it without us since we don't have descendants.
Yet your legacy of kindness and leadership lives on forever. You do still have a legacy, of course.
Well, well, we did leave some big shoes to fill for those strong scars, but so far I think they've been doing really well.
Well, if you can't help us directly, but well, I mean, perhaps you can put us in contact with some of these other noble houses. Me and my party, my group, you remember Corra?
Ah, yes. Yes, we've had her. We have hired her in the past, yes.
Yeah.
And I remember you most of the time had to bust her out.
Yeah, we pretty much kept up that relationship. And yeah, we're kind of worried about home and everybody going missing. We want this place to be safe. She still has family here. So we're looking to get to the bottom of these disappearances.
And you see Lana speaks and says, well, it has been quite some time since the last get-together with the Strong Scar, hasn't it? We can see about arranging a dinner for tomorrow.
A dinner tomorrow? Oh. I hardly have the dress for it. I will have to go get something. Yeah, that would be wonderful. Where do you think the best place would be?
We can host it.
I wouldn't want to put you out. I can offer some small payment for the arrangements.
If you'd like to do so, you can.
Yeah. Like I said, I own a whole city now. And I plop down a sack of 50 gold.
And you see you see that Rudy picks it up and looks at it. Huh. I guess you weren't lying as much about the whole city thing.
Nope, all of Noflisile pretty much belongs to me.
Which city would that be precisely?
Noflisile. Right smack dab in the middle.
Noflisile? The dead heart of Zykrand?
Well, let me tell you how it has 3 giant walls, ballistas on all corners, cannons on all corners, and is about to be truly the heart with a giant arcane study of health and science.
Wow. I believe the weapons part of it, that could be you.
Yeah, well, like I said, Corra wants their kid to go to the best school, so they made me build it.
And if I may ask, how is the world on top? We haven't had much touch since we've transferred our power.
Well,
depending on who you ask, different stories, different genres. But mostly it's becoming better for the most part.
there was a lot of corruption. You may have, I don't know how much you may have heard, but both in Pleoberg and, what was it, Agron, there was a great corruption amongst the leadership and the churches, even in Hugbear. And Corra, myself, Takari, a couple of other friends, we all went and put a stop to that corruption, or at least we hope we did. I didn't talk much about my past when I lived here, but my village in Druye, I went back and, well, they might not have been there, the king was. And I put an end to his rule.
Wow. So, do you rule Druye?
No, I gave it to, like, my best friend.
Oh. Is he as, Is he as smart and capable as you?
I set him up with like a really good counsel,
Oh, well.
but he's more of a warrior.
Oh, well. At least he has someone.
Yeah, he's got counsel around. He'll do well.
Jury have
He's
always
got a good heart.
Jury have always seemed to be the more, no offense, Hugbear, but barbaric, tribal, mercenary kind of thing.
It's literally where I grew up. Yeah, that's it to a T.
And you see Lana speaks. You know, I don't think we've ever replied to you about. I don't think we ever replied to your question about the people going missing. As you know, Hugbear, we still fund your Corra's guild. And we help and we always help them figure out we always relied on you guys to do some secret investigations. And as Corra last mentioned before you two disappeared, she couldn't find anything bad on the strong scars, but the grass I feel on them has been a little bit tight. I mean, have you been told of the curfew?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I usually go to bed around 10.
And you see a Roost says, "That's what I say, you know? I still have that energy, but I don't know. It seems weird that they keep us in that soon."
Yeah, if I can't go for my like nighttime jog, I just get really cranky.
Why did they implement the lock-in?
To prevent people from being out on the streets and getting lost? I think that may have been the primary cause.
It's a good way to dissuade thieves. They work best at night.
And you see Zarn, who's still in the room, speaks up and says, "But yeah, as I've told you previously, we haven't really found any more. Recently, my cousin was gone. He too was kidnapped. And I know I said I couldn't do it without your permission, but I had to. I gave him the key." And you see Lana's eyes widen as she goes, "You what?" And he goes, I thought now would be the best time to finally play this card, you know? The strong scars don't know about it. Perhaps he could look into it and see what's going on." And you see Lana speaks.
Key? What key?
Lana says, Takari, you remember Zarn giving Corra a key before she left with Bob and the others?
Oh, I know. I know. I'm just trying to get more backstory lore from...
Okay. And see Lana speaks. "Don't you realize what that leads to?" And Zarn goes, "Yes, I understand." And he goes, "That man is nothing but a murderer made to kill people." And see Rudy speaks says, "No, honey, it's okay. Honey, just calm down." And he says, "Don't tell me to calm down. That piece of shit killed our son!"
Huh. And that's where they've sent Corra and Bob. Great.
And you see and you see that you see the Rooster says, "Yeah, but that's not the only part. I guess there was this woman, and she was, from what I've heard rumors of, she was just blatantly murdered. What I've heard from, it wasn't identified who, but I presume it was from this guy." And then we cut over, and we're gonna cut over back to the house, and we see and we get to a room that on the second floor we see that everyone's looking in. So Corra, Bop, Boyo, just you three, and you look inside and you see the skeletal remains of a humanoid, and you see Jerome is observant over. He goes, "Yeah, this is, from what I can gather by looking at it, it's female, and yeah, I believe this is to be Drow." But whatever was on her either decayed or eroded or just was taken off.
Does that fit your description?
Her corpse hasn't moved all this time. That's where Hunai died.
I mean, you heard what our friend said, but it'd be wrong of me not to let you try to find a memento that might have been left behind.
I lived in this house. This was my home before it was used to be made my prison. I'd like to collect my things and leave. Also, question. There would be a second skull there. Am I right to assume? That wasn't hers?
Actually, there was just one body in there. I would say that Jerome also identified a second source of dried blood on the first floor, but no body.
Okay. Well then, with that information, he's going to look around. But what happened to her killer? Where's the second body?
Second what?
There were two bodies here. My father caught me with her. And he used magic on me to hold me. And she screamed. And he told the man who was watching me to shut her up. So he snapped her neck. I heard him cast magic on the man before I blacked out. And I know the spell. He killed that man.
So your father and the one watching you were different people.
I had a single protector who I didn't have an attachment to him. He guarded me. He made sure that I was safe. I didn't get into any trouble. Showed me how to interact with people after being so secluded for so long. That's all he really did. But I didn't get to know him. But when that man caught me with my fiancée, he called my father. And then my father showed up. And it's because of him that my fiancée is dead. And her murderer.
Noted. Bop.
Bop's gonna reach up and very slowly pat like his arm where it's closest to her and be like, I'm sorry for your loss.
As soon as you touch him, he jumps back like a solid 5 feet.
Oh, Bob,
Just
he's
as a
like
reaction.
you. Bob, he's like you.
I'm nothing like anyone. Don't assume that I am.
Ooh.
You're jumpy. As was Bob
Um,
when we first collected her.
Boy, when you jumped back,
I'm better now.
You felt your back leg nudge against something, and you heard clattering inside. And you look around, you turn back, and you see it looks to be a chest, and you recognize this chest.
He's gonna dust it off.
You dust it off, and you recognize this chest as it's your stuff.
Well, obviously he's going to open it and take it all out.
What is the if you're not trying to hide anything, what do people see you pull out?
You're going to see him pull out a unique looking drum, a longsword, some clothes, a flask, a water skin, a few daggers, a backpack, a bag of holding, and a small pouch, component pouch, and what you would assume to be his normal clothes.
Thank God he's putting clothes on.
Trust me, I don't appreciate being ogled at either. And with that, he's going to
What was ogling?
set his... Listen, I've already had to give the sex talk in one campaign. I'm not giving another one. With that, he's gonna take his clothes and put all of his stuff off to the side of the chest. Don't touch that. Don't touch her. I don't give a damn what else you take.
You see Jerome, who is examining the body, just puts his paws up, says, I haven't touched anything. I've mostly just been examining with my eyes. I have not touched anything.
I'd like to bury her before we leave.
Would you like some assistance with that?
I'd appreciate it, but I know you have places to be.
Did you have a place in mind?
She always liked music, so I was hoping behind the tavern.
Very well. Would you mind terribly if we came back for her? We have a few associates, for lack of better words, who would be more apt to digging a proper burial.
The mention of other people, something seems to click in his head. No. No, take what you need from here. We're burning this house down. With her inside. I don't want my father to use her remains against me, because I know he will. Or someone else will, and she is not allowed to be used like that.
Okay, I'll make some eye contact with my Thieves Guild friend to see if that would be acceptable. Because I assume she knows more.
Mayor Wraith says to you, there was nothing else here, really. I mean, even before we found this floor, we've investigated the house a few times. We couldn't find anything, so honestly, burning this house down wouldn't hurt anything.
Very well.
Doesn't give us any losses with the town. No one uses it.
Very well.
Let me change first.
Acceptable. Yes, please put on some clothes.
I'd appreciate if you stopped staring, thank you. And with that, he's going to go into the other room and change his clothes.
I mean, we're underground. Isn't it kind of cold?
No, you guys are on the second floor of the house now.
But we're still underground.
Yes, we are still in caves.
But he was also raised in that area, so that wouldn't bother me too much.
It's a balmy summer here.
Bob's just happy there's no snow. As long as there's not snow, Bob is happy. She fucking hates snow.
Don't come to New York then.
I wasn't planning on it.
Or if you want to, or you could come to North Dakota.
That too.
Bob, come visit me.
Don't go to Montana. Tons of snow there.
What are you talking about? I have a giant snow pile right outside my balcony. Literally, I could go walk and jump off my balcony, and I'll be fine.
I can do that.
Go to
We
Vegas.
stay at a nice hotel too.
We could go to Ready Player One.
Hell yeah.
Bar I want to go to.
So after he's done changing, he's gonna come out, put his belt on, and put his scabbard and sword on, and he's gonna have the 3 daggers behind him.
Okay.
Ready to
point at the
throw.
drum and be like, "What's that?"
That was a gift from someone who wanted me to achieve my dreams.
Well, what were your dreams?
Don't really matter too much anymore, do they?
You're a musician, aren't you?
So is she.
I am too. And Bob pulls out this little tiny guitar and tries to play it badly. Just don't even roll for performance. I know it's bad.
Cora tries to shove her harmonica even further in her bag.
Because we went on that buying spree and everybody got some sort of instrument.
He's gonna pick up his
Except for
drum.
Takari, because she did not go with you guys.
Sorry.
He's gonna pick up his drum, sling it over his shoulder. She was a musician. One of the greatest bards who ever lived, in my opinion. And she taught me what she could before she died.
Well, that's nice. Nice memories.
I have a lot of those. But I know you have somewhere to be, so we should go.
Are we ready?
Yes.
As he's going to be the last one to leave the house. And what he is going to do is hold his sword out and drag it along the wall using the spell Heat Metal as he walks out to set the walls on fire.
I will give you that. And so, as everyone walks with Dearest, with Dearest being the last, you see fire smoke begins to come out of the windows or any gaps of the walls, and eventually fire pokes out of one of the roofs, and the place burns. And you guys are left standing out there, watching the place slowly crumble.
I will give him a minute to watch and make sure that the bones are gone before, not even like patting him on the shoulder, but like coming up next to him and being like, we should be on our way. This will raise attention that is unneeded at the very least.
Did you have contacts, right?
There's only so much that contacts for anyone can do.
I just need... I had a horse. It's long dead by now. But if my father sold it, I'd at least like to have a reminder.
Very well. We'll see what my
If
friends
they
can
don't find
do.
anything, I'll get a new one.
Should push come to shove, we'll introduce you to Frank.
He has scoliosis.
What's scoliosis?
I don't know.
And as you guys eventually walk away from this burning place, going back into the shadow alleyways to Corra, have Corra lead you guys back to the Thieves Guild. We're gonna cut back over to the Pale Cut home as we see the maid sort of helping lead Lana out of the room as she's just in tears, crying, and she leads him out. And you see Rudy turns to us and says, "I apologize for all that. It has been quite some time since our son was killed. There was barely a body. And
you know who's responsible, sorry?
there was this old wizard, and he, as far as from what we gather, he created this being that was supposed to work as an assassin. And Zarn speaks of this. He was a secret project to become the ultimate weapon for our guild, for when things got really rough.
Okay.
And Rudy speaks of this. And what we heard is that he had a little of an ongoing with this bard, and we saw her with this creation every now and then. There was development between the two, but sadly our son was tasked to watch over him. So he was moving on to essentially be the next ruler, Takari be the next ruler, and we gave him the first task of just simply watching over him, but he didn't know at the time that she was in a little bit of intimacy with him, but he did his job and he reported to the wizard, and then Next thing you know, the bard and our son were both killed. We don't know how. We don't know who killed them. But seeing as one was a wizard and one was a weapon, potentially a city ender, I think we can gather who did it here.
Very sorry again for your loss.
That death was decades ago. It's still...
So, I mean, you know the cause, it wasn't another family, at least.
So that's why we don't have a lineage.
Yeah. Could always adopt. There's like 12 kids outside who would happily take it home.
I brought that up, but Lana could never move on. She was too destroyed and couldn't trust herself.
Well, I understand. There's still so much good that you two can do for this town. And I think you could still help raise one or two of those fucking hoodlums.
Perhaps in time, but we really don't have enough time. But who knows?
Well, we're gonna collect our friends, and you said dinner tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll gather people tomorrow, and
Okay. Thank you for your hospitality. I look forward to more of it tomorrow. Have you heard of pancakes?
no, but we'd be willing to give it a try.
I have no idea how they're made. All I know is that they're magical, and you put like a syrup on them.
Actually,
Should I make a history check to see if I know how they're made?
Sure, go ahead.
But if there's anything that could bring the people together, it is a festival of pancakes.
I rolled, I thought.
Are you what you suggest is one way to bring people together is a continental house of
That's right.
pancakes?
Not just continental. I'm thinking international.
I think
So I got a 17.
All right. Yeah, you know how you take a batter and then you take a batter, you mix it with water, then mix it with milk, eggs, and then you pour it into a hot pan, and then you let it sit for a minute. Then you take a flipping device and you flip the other side over, and you let that cook up for a little bit, and then you put on a plate, put some syrup on it, eat it.
Can I just say how proud I am that you actually know how to make pancakes?
Well, she kind of did fend for herself for a little bit, off and on, while in the forest of Hestein. So she had to make some food. But she would have tried to explain how pancakes are made for Hugbear.
That's why I brought you along. You're the brains.
And he goes, well, I hate to keep you hold up for too long. I think I have a wife I need to attend to.
Peace out. We're leaving.
Right. See you
There's
tomorrow.
the mic. I drop it.
And so the three of you leave. As you leave, you see Zarn looks. You see Zarn just looks a little down.
What's up, buddy?
I don't know what the future holds. I don't know if they're gonna. Do you think they'll just stop supporting us after doing that? I don't
Doing
know.
what?
I don't know if I made the right move or not.
Give them time. They just need to grieve.
Yeah. I mean, to me, with what's going on, with my cousin gone, I had to pull out the big guns. But I think I took this a little too personal.
No, you had a town that you were worried about too. And if you say that he can help us, then why not have him help us?
That's true. Okay, well, let's head back. I don't know what the progress is with Corra, but we should head back and see how things are.
Sounds good.
Can I do a perception check to see if there's any like smoke billowing or anything weird going on?
Sure, make a perception check.
What? I almost clicked the wrong one.
27. You do notice like you do hear some kerfuffle going on as you hear like fire. There's a fire. There's a fire in the old adventurer's house. And you look over and you see there's smoke billowing out from one part of town. And then with a 27, you look out in the distance of the town and you see there is a little bit of a ledge from where you guys came from the outside world in.
Mm-hmm.
You see two mind flayers.
Motherfuckers. I was just gonna say, do I see mind flayers?
You just see them just disturbing.
Takari's gonna whisper over to Hugbear.
What up?
There is two mind flayers just watching. And there's also a fire. That direction.
You look over.
That's
you
the
see,
direction.
You look over. You see the building smoke, and then you look over the other way, and you see, like I said, that at that entrance where you came out from the outside world, you see the two mind flayers as they're just looking, and particularly one stares at you, Hugbear, squinting, not angrily by the looks of it, but just staring like, out of curiosity.
What do I want to think in my mind? Pancakes taste so much better than brains. Pancakes taste so much better than brains. And I'm just kind of singing that in my head over and over again.
Give me a sec here.
Because in my mind flayers like fillet brains and eat them.
You're not wrong. And you see one of them, the one I was staring at, you see he just like after you think this to yourself, you open your eyes and you see one of them is just like the one that was staring at you just like rattles his head a bit out of just like what the fuck? And eventually you see the two eventually just turn around and just float away back towards you guys came out of and disappear out of sight.
Don't worry, I handled them.
Okay.
And we did leave Corra alone for like more than 10 minutes, so that fire's probably them.
Probably. We should probably go find them before they cause it even more arson.
Yeah, they're already out of there. I'm sure they're going to the Thieves Guild. She wouldn't stick around to fire. She's smarter than that.
Okay.
And so, you guys head back. We're gonna, and you guys, I'll say you three are the first to return. And then about a minute or two goes by, and you three in the office waiting, you see the return of Bob, Corra, Dram, Methray, and then you see this fifth figure walk in. This 6'3" drow with pink hair, carrying a drum on their back with a purple hat. And I don't think we got the chance for everyone else. So when do we go? Anna, Infinite, and then CrazyBlueKat. Why don't you describe your character for Boyo?
Corra is a half elf of like normal stature, like 5'6" who just radiates mom vibes. Like we walk in and we see the rest of like our friends, and like Corra goes, I found another kid. Altogether, like not the most like noticeable of people, which works out. But a weird amount of like weapons strapped to me.
Infinite?
Yeah, what you see before you is a bugbear. He's got dark brown fur. He's wearing some pretty heavy like adamantine armor. From what you know of most barbarians, probably is that they don't wear armor, so it's strange that this one is. And very thick coat. Looks like some new hair is growing in, because I have a belt of dwarven kind. And nice. he's got a giant ass glaive on his back that seems to have a chain attached to it that he's wrapped around his waist as well. And on his arm, not very well hidden at all, seems to be kind of like a blade that can retract and detract. He's very obviously built for battle. And the strangest thing about him is that he's being followed around by a blue copy of himself that seems incorporeal almost, but seems to have a weight to it. And everybody just seems to be totally okay with it.
Is this a stand?
A what?
His stand? Does no one watch JoJo? Did I just make a bad reference?
Yeah, I haven't. Sorry.
And then last but certainly least, CrazyBlueKat.
So Takari is a 6-foot high elf with long blonde hair and green eyes with golden flecks in the irises. She's fair-skinned, and she has a green cloak, kind of long sleeve gray shirt, and kind of ranger style clothing. She also has a bow along her back and a quiver of arrows with her. And on top of her shoulder is a little familiar cat.
Nice.
A little black cat with blue eyes.
But yeah, Boyo, when you walk into this small room, that's who you see.
I guess I should also mention, like, 8 foot tall and 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's kind of skinny?
Yeah, just a beanball.
Fair. I'm like 300 pounds IRL and I'm 6'3", so 8 foot and 300 pounds, that'd be really skinny.
Yeah.
Never thought about that.
Well, I guess I haven't really thought about that.
Yeah, he'd probably have to be like 500 pounds to be considered, oh, I'm big and strong, but like...
Yeah? Okay.
Fantasy.
Portion, my love for portion.
Listen, I've never seen an 8 foot tall person.
I have! That's my grandpa.
How to be 8 foot tall and wait.
My grandpa is this beanpole man and he's 350.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Wow.
Hey, Kunzi, we're gonna bump my weight up here to like 450 then?
Done.
I've never really thought about it.
But
For a little bit of context, as we were walking the whole time, Bop was chattering about just randomness. Just non-stop chattering. With no real, like, thought. Like, she told you about the trees that she brought to life, and, like, just chattering randomly.
Just for like mental image, Bop's definitely holding Corra's hand, and Corra's like 3 steps ahead of her,
if
just ignoring her.
he's going to be listening intently, but he's not going to say anything, simply because he would be on emotional overwhelm.
Corra's just dragging this small girl
Who's talking?
who's just
And
talking.
still has a gun in her hand.
Right, pointed at him.
One hand is holding the gun, the other hand is holding on to Corra.
Just gonna sit there and listen.
You just like lean away, and she actually points a gun. Have it goes back to you. You lean away again, and she gets like it's just like not like she's intentionally to it, but she's just like it just happens to keep doing that.
To be fair, he doesn't really understand what a gun is, so
Yeah.
he doesn't know to be afraid of it.
Good point.
He also doesn't trust it, I feel like.
Well, if we assume that it's a weapon, I'm sure, and I'm using it as a weapon, I'm sure he assumes probably dangerous.
Yeah. I mean, he knows it's dangerous, he just doesn't know how dangerous. For all he knows, it's a crossbow, and he's dealt with those before.
Mhm.
So we're good.
Musket and its magic.
Right,
But
find out.
yeah, you guys are led back into this office area. And
Corra. You can't just go around town setting buildings on fire.
Sometimes stuff happens,
That was me.
and you and I can both agree that this town deserves to burn.
Actually, we did
Okay.
set it on fire.
You didn't start the fire.
It was always burning.
We didn't say that it couldn't happen either.
It took every ounce of my being to not break character to make that exact joke. I just want to point that out.
We'll just increase this ability
why I'm
score
here.
by 2. Okay, there we go. Keep going.
You started the fire.
I didn't start the fire.
I
No,
started
that
the
one.
fire.
Okay. Why are we burning buildings?
Because I feel like a place that kept me imprisoned for a long time deserves to be burnt to the ground, especially when the person I only cared about in the world died there.
Oh no, that checks out. Yeah. No, you hear about Druye?
Heard about what?
The old,
We'll take that as a
the
no.
old
No,
province of Druye.
GA. Would I know that?
Make a history check for me.
I mean, I probably babbled it.
I mean, we didn't burn it.
Wanted to, though.
Did I do this like that? Did I do it?
There you go. You did it.
Hey!
We just committed a
I'll take the
coup.
first one. I'll take the first one.
Okay.
14. You may have heard it when Bob was rambling. It's kind of hard to tell when you were just when you're just woken up.
Lots of stuff.
Like, I've heard that name. The little one that wants to get hit on the head is the one that said something
You
about
hit
it.
her, you die.
She said that her name was Bop. That doesn't mean get hit on the head, does it? Did that change?
No, that's just my name.
That's actually your... I apologize. I completely misunderstood.
No, my name's Bob. I name myself. I was a fox.
I think we're gonna get along just fine. I understand vengeance and I understand wanting to bop up. So the house deserved it.
The person that the house belonged to deserves it, but the house is what I had available.
Fair enough.
I would have taken out
You
on
guys-
the other corpse that was there, but apparently it was moved too.
He was all that was left.
Corra, you didn't start the fires. You didn't cause the corpses.
I did not cause the corpses.
The corpses were there
this
long
time.
before they showed up.
Did rescue the half-naked man.
Made him put clothes on too.
You didn't make me do anything. I just didn't like all the attention you were giving me because I wasn't wearing any clothes.
I hear you. Right? Yeah. Out of curiosity, do you have a name?
Is not wearing clothes an option?
Have
No.
any of you asked?
Technically, yes, but it's
No.
heavily frowned. Technically, yes, but it's heavily frowned upon by today's society. I think.
For her, no.
Okay.
We're calling in parental rights. No.
Is that no on a name then? He doesn't get a name.
Oh.
Didn't bother with that part.
I
Oh my
asked.
god, Corra.
No, as far as you guys know, you haven't gotten to hear his name.
Oh my god. Okay, so when I met Corra here, they broke my nose. So I mean, as far as first impressions go,
There's no need to be
Not good.
dramatic.
Hey,
you don't
She-
look like they beat you.
I
She
asked.
threatened. They threatened to shoot me if I didn't confirm that I wouldn't hurt them, and
That's
I have no-
fair.
I have no intentions of hurting them, depending on who they worked for. And they said that they didn't work for people I hated or deserved it. So no, I'm not going to hurt them.
Excellent. And then Corra, you obviously said, "Great, follow me. Also, what is your name, stranger?"
Did not add that last part. In my defense, not everyone we found has had a name.
Let's burn a house down together and walk all the way to my thieves guild
Sometimes a little bit of arson
into
is worth
the
it.
headquarters of the thieves' den.
To
What
be
is your
fair-
name?
to
I
be
mean,
fair,
I figured
Bob,
if he
was-
acted up, there's enough people here who could kill you. No offense.
To be
But
fair,
it wasn't going to
Bob
be an
was-
issue.
was giving me information about the world since I've been imprisoned, so I felt like it was a fair time to stay quiet.
Yes, Bob.
I asked the name, but was not given one.
See, I knew I could count on you, Bob. You are, of the group, the most social.
That's because the one called Corra butted in at that point, wanting information about why I was locked up.
You see, Jerome speaks up and says,
Valid.
"You know, this one's not wrong.
I mean, it's valid.
I was taught introductions were more important than trying to gain information at the start.
I
Well,
don't care
anyway.
who you are, if you're a threat.
Anyway, I'm Takari.
They call me Hugbear.
You see, Jerome speaks says, "My name's Jerome."
Where the hell did you come from?
I've always been here, Hugbear.
Jesus.
I've always been here.
Note to self: marry off Hugbear.
And again, literally with no context. I'm Bob.
I was called Dearest.
That, like, your father called you Dearest?
What my father has to say doesn't matter.
Your
The person
name
who
on your
mattered-
birth certificate?
What's a birth certificate?
Yeah.
Hugbear, you don't have one either.
That's a certificate.
It's a fancy piece of paper saying that you're alive, basically.
I have fancy pieces of paper in my pocket.
Well, considering there would most likely be a paper that says I'm dead, I doubt there would be one that says I'm alive.
Fair enough. So you go by Dearest.
The only person who mattered to me is that's what she called me. So yes.
Nice to meet you then, Dearest.
I'm not sure if it's nice to meet you yet, Hugbear.
That's fair.
He's harmless.
That's not, don't go around saying that.
Can't fluff it.
I mean,
I have
you've never
I have a
hurt me.
reputation.
Ah, but better to have the element of surprise, my friend.
Harmless but deadly.
Yeah. Okay, well, did you find, well, I guess you did find something on your journey, anything else of interest?
No, just a person.
Just a whole ass person, okay.
Just a whole ass person.
All right. Well, we met with the pale skin family there. They told me of
I'm sorry, the what?
the pale skin family.
Hey, Kunzi, would I be able to make the connection?
Make a wisdom check for me.
You had to choose
Oh, wait,
the thing that I'm lowest at.
Insight. Let's go insight.
Insight. All right, I'm good with that. Ouch.
10. Nope.
No. All right.
No.
With that meeting with the pale skins there, we discussed meeting the other prominent families to discover the cause of the disturbances and the disappearances. Should be a fancy feast tomorrow with all the families.
Why do I have a feeling this is a bad idea?
Well, I mean, the last time we went to a dinner party, we ended up playing a giant game of who the fuck is the murderer.
I mean,
Or
It ended in
get locked
our
in a church and having
benefit.
to fight a war.
I mean, maybe we should stop going places.
Every time we're invited to dinner, somebody dies. It's weird.
So what I'm hearing is I probably shouldn't eat with you.
What are your thoughts on pancakes?
You have no idea what that is.
I have no idea what that is. Literally the jack. Do I know what pancakes are? I don't know what pancakes are.
Then you almost certainly have to eat with us.
Pancakes are good.
Pop has a pancake in her pocket.
Dude, do I have to?
You don't have to do anything, my friend.
You,
I'm just-
Dearest, you look over to the little one as Bob holds a what looks to be a flimsy circular piece of grain.
gonna hold it out in her hand and like try to fluff it back up.
And I definitely have a flask of syrup. And I'm definitely gonna pour some syrup on that bad
How
boy.
old is that pancake?
Probably that's what I was gonna ask.
Make
not
it,
eat
Probably
it.
old,
make,
rubbery, and
make
dry.
anyone
Do
wants
not
to
eat this pancake.
nature checks.
We were just at the bar, and then we teleported here.
But
Oh,
is this pancake from there?
no clue.
You're definitely
Just-
pocketed pancakes for me at
I
that
always
bar.
pocket pancakes for Hugbear, so it's probably newer pancakes, just kind of smushed.
I mean, for both Dearest and Takari. I mean, it doesn't look green.
And now it's got lovely syrup on it. Golden rose.
You're gonna poison him.
He'll give it a sniff.
You definitely you smell. There's a you definitely smell maple, and you smell and you also smell off of this circular thing that the little one tried to fluff up. You smell batter, and you can definitely tell by just holding it. It is a little bit stiff.
He's gonna just.
I wouldn't eat
They're
this.
even better
No.
when they're fresh.
And as you bite into it, you do hear a little bit of a crunch.
I mean, it's been in my pancake for like a day. My pocket for like maybe a day. There might be lint.
Is it supposed to be crunchy?
No.
No.
When they're fresh, they're not. They're fluffy. I'll make
But
you
just
one.
that syrup. Just that syrup just like roll around on your tongue there. It's really the highlight of it.
He's gonna hand the pancake back. Thank you. I think I'd like to try them fresh. Like,
Put it back.
Puts it back in your pocket.
syrup.
Bob. I'll eat.
Oh no.
Okay, it's like halfway to the pocket.
That, yeah.
Bob regularly has pancakes and bacon in her pocket to calm Hugbear down when he's mad.
Jesus,
I get
Is it
hangry.
worth?
is it worth it?
Takari's gonna have a heart attack.
I have
Yeah.
put in a request that they have pancakes at this dinner tomorrow.
Pancakes for dinner?
Yeah, hell yeah.
You have to actually eat a vegetable or a fruit as well, Bob. One or the other.
Berries a vegetable.
Berries a fruit.
Berries are a fruit.
Okay.
What about you, Dearest? Are you still on a path of vengeance?
Only against those who have wronged me.
Do you have a written list? Maybe we can just hunt them together.
We've already got a long list.
I'd need to
You
get
know,
a
but-
name because I didn't know my father's name, but he's definitely at the top of my list.
You're telling me your father, Dearest?
What?
Your father and Dearest. Your father, Dearest. That is your tree.
Yes, as far as I know.
Did you call your mother, Mother?
I didn't have a mother. It was only me and my father.
Corra? Remember that time when you were telling me about where babies come from?
Yes.
I know where babies come from.
You remember that you don't have to necessarily know your mother or father to have one?
I didn't know mine until recently.
You remember how my father's a piece of crap who left?
Sorry, is that what happened? Sorry, I thought you just meant like you never had one.
Technically, I guess everyone was supposed to have one. I never knew mine.
Okay.
If
That
I
clears
had
it all
one.
up.
Ma'am?
Okay. So you need to find your father's name so we can hunt him down.
And I need to deal. And then I need to deal with the people in charge of guarding me and keeping me in prison for however long I've been down in that hole.
You were in that house that Corra had the key for. So, are you angry with the Thieves Guild who had possession of the key?
I'm assuming they either killed my father and took it from him, which is highly unlikely considering he could look at an entire town and destroy it, or
Well, that's terrifying.
he left it behind or in charge of someone that he trusted, and they gave it up because he's a poor judge of character.
Okay. Find Guardians of the Key. Who I now know is the Pale Skins, right? Coons?
Sorry, repeat the question.
And I know that the Pale Skins are the ones who were guarding the key.
I
Like based on the conversation we just had, how they had the key and they gave it
they have some involved. They have involvement of Dearest's captivity.
Yeah. Okay. So we find them. You set their houses on fire, or you murder them.
The person that I wanted to kill was killed by my father. So the only person I want to kill is my father. I need them for the information, because they will know that information. If they don't, they're lying, and I'll get it out of them one way or another.
Okay. False imprisonment, I understand as well. Spent many years in a camp I didn't want to be in myself. How's everybody else feeling about this?
Honestly, if you need help, I'm ready to help. As long as we're not doing... As long as we talk to them first, figure out information first.
Bob, judge of character.
Oh, I think
You've known them the longest.
I think he's pretty nice. Little touchy.
Wait. When you met this lad, he was half naked. Has this changed your... Bob,
What? No.
are you judging
No,
this
I mean,
man
like,
on his character or his abs?
No, I mean, like, I patted him on the arm and he jumped away.
I'm gonna write
What?
that line down.
Please do. That is a quote. That's quote worthy.
Do you have a quote thing in your...
No, I had one, but I got rid of it.
Okay, that is definitely quote worthy.
That really was.
This is the best way to describe Dearest. Are you judging him on his character or his abs? Can't
I mean,
it be both?
Someone
I may
flip
put
this,
that.
please,
I
later.
may put that on a T-shirt.
Put the picture of Dearest down here and just put that line up here, and I will wear that shirt every session from here on out. I'm not even kidding.
There you go.
Are you
But
judging him by
Bob's
his
gonna be
character
like,
or by
no,
his abs?
Like I patted his arm and he jumped away like he was touchy. Don't touch him.
Trauma.
Yeah.
No touchy?
I don't like being touched.
Don't touch him.
I don't like being brushed. I understand. We're gonna get along great.
I've been in isolation for God.
Speaking
the gods
of, the
know how
little
long.
one's excited to have you home so she can play with your hair.
We don't need to do that. I so
First, she's gonna teach me how to braid.
Sorry, I feel like I keep skipping. Yeah, isolation. How long were you down there?
I don't know.
Zorn, do you know how long he was down there?
Well, I believe all that happened. Gee, that was a while back. 50 some years ago?
I mean, does that check out with the age of the corpse that you all found?
Drawn speak up says, yeah, that with the exposure to the air it had, and that was 50 years sounds right. It's kind of hard to tell when it was mostly bone.
How old does Dearest look? I mean, you're drow, so I mean, it might be hard to tell anyway, but...
Early 20s? Physical appearance, early 20s?
Yeah. It's a long time to be...
After he locked you up, the wizard fellow, he gave me the key and told me that to hold on to it and he said to wait till the right moment. I had no idea what that meant or when that would come around.
He gave you the key.
I mean, yeah, I didn't know what this key...
You're the reason I was locked in there for 50 years.
Zorn, you heard this whole conversation we just had?
I admit it is shitty, but...
You worked for the Pale Cuts?
No, the Pale Cuts fund us.
So yes, you work for the Pale Cuts.
I mean, they're not the only ones.
Papa's gonna slowly raise her gun again.
Atta girl.
You work for the family that had me imprisoned in that basement. Who funded my father to train me and ruin my life.
Not only was I told by him, but when I was also threatened by the Pale Cuts that if I were to release you, they would expose us and have us hanged. Or at least that was mostly her, but...
Did you know his name?
Who, the wizard?
Did you know his name?
Give me a second as I roll a history check over here. Give me 2 seconds!
Susie, how much do you care about your NPC here? You might want to give it a plus 12.
Dearest is going to start dropping his I'm nervous demeanor as he might get the information and he's getting angry. He has spent 50 years sitting in that basement imagining how to kill his father.
Yeah. I'm interested how this plays
We
out.
might have issues if you do that.
Let's as you start walking closer, you see he goes, "Shit, Cedric! He said it was Cedric!"
Thank you.
Well, that's one question down.
He's gonna look at the rest of you. I don't need your help if you're funded by the Pale Cuts. I don't need more traitors in my midst.
Honestly, we don't actually work for them.
I don't work for anybody but myself. And Corra.
We're just here because people were going missing.
Yeah, well, except me and totally not forgetting character names here. Me and Mathray are part of the Thieves Guild. Corra was, but then she and Hugbear went off and did their own thing and brought all these people back, but they're their own thing. They're just trying to figure out what's going on with these people going missing. And I thought you would be with all these people disappearing, not coming back, and there's a new, and don't worry, Pale Cuts are not ruling this place anymore. There's a new family in charge. But I still get this weird I don't know about them. And I thought now would be a good time.
What did you think was down here? There, Zoan.
I remember being told of a weapon, but that was it. I didn't know there was a whole drow down there. I was told there was a weapon.
There's a wall nearby, right?
Yeah, there's a wall.
Cool. I'd like to punch the wall. Can I make a strength check to see how hard I put a dent in this wall?
Sure. Go ahead.
What do I do? Damn.
You guys see, you just see Dearest turn around, punch the wall, and what do you expect? You just expect to see the fist just hit this brick-like texture and nothing would happen. Instead, you just see he punches and you see cracks form along this wall, and as he pulls his fist, there's a slight round indent. And he goes,
Whoa, holy shit! Hey, don't tear up my office!
Stop calling me a weapon!
Corra, you hear whatever was the commotion, the talking commotion going on outside stopped as you hear blades start to get. You hear small blades get drawn.
I'm not gonna do anything to stop it.
I have hurt nobody in my entire life. I have done nothing to deserve what has happened to me. My father created me for war, and I wanted to play music and fall in love. And for that, I get locked in a damn basement for 50 years? Tell me what I did to deserve that. Tell me what I deserve to be called a weapon for.
Like I said, I had no details as to specifically what this was. All I was told is that it would help.
So my price for freedom is helping with this.
But you have your freedom. There's no price you must pay.
And if it helps, like I said, Pale Cut's no longer in power. Another family rules it, and this wizard, after he gave me the key the following day, he was gone.
Can I do like a history check to see if I know of or have heard of the name Cedric?
Go ahead.
It's a real entertainer.
Shit. All right.
Well, fuck.
You have heard rumors of a wizard named Cedric. Though it's only through rumors. You have heard of a very powerful wizard who is very well respected. And you've also heard legends of a Cedric character going to towns going to towns or villages, and then the next day, the town was wiped by storms, whether it was snow, sand, rain. He has the capabilities of wiping out a whole civilization in a day.
Would the Cedric guy be in the book of Fearsome 5 as one of the wizards?
You look through the book about the Fearsome 5, and at one point you see a picture. There's a picture of some of the giants, and then you could just barely see, almost as if he was trying to hide. You do see a humanoid standing amongst them.
Takari will turn to Dearest. Can you describe him? Just
He was trying to find a way to describe him. I was looking at my backstory. I didn't describe him there either.
Well, did you look alike?
Somewhat. He had silver hair. He was starting to reach his prime when he met me. Starting to gray.
and she'll kind of turn the book to so that Dearest can see the image. Is that him?
You, Dearest, you look at this picture. You look at the human that she points out, the human that is. They look like it was not trying to get caught into this painting or drawing, but I guess whoever was drawing it caught them. And you can just slightly, as you're examining it, why don't you make a insight check for me with advantage?
Oh, okay. I don't know how to do with advantage, so I'm just gonna roll again.
Roll again. 20. You look at the details.
20.
You examine it, but you get a sense of familiarity from that small capture.
I think that might be him.
In which what intrigues you, Dearest, is that this is a book about a group of giants.
You can't think of why he would be in this book.
Yeah, and Fearsome 5, you've never heard of this.
Yeah. What's the Fearsome 5?
Basically, there were a group of 5 giants that basically protected something or did things, but now they're.
I can reiterate that they were basically a turning. They were the turning point of this great war that happened in the past, and then sometime after the war, they were sort of part of the creatures that turned against the humanoids, and then these Fearsome 5 just one day disappeared. There was no records of, no one mentioned of killing them. They just straight up disappeared.
And then Takari will relay information about the dragon sword, how there is stone pillars holding the sword if she can find the wizards, we get the sword type thing.
Do you think my father is one of these wizards we're supposed to find?
Possible.
Oh, yeah. All the more reason to find him.
Are you going to need him alive for your task?
Could he?
From what you can gather from the pillars, and it's kind of hard to determine what you want with them, but whatever it is, it's not good.
Maybe just to find some answers first, but if we don't get anything, then potentially he might need to be killed.
Takari, I might need to borrow this book.
Sure.
If he needs to be killed, I'm going to be the one to do it.
Fair.
Absolutely. Well, what a productive day for you, Hugh. Sprung out of jail, found the name of your father, your captor. It's a big day for you.
The Pale Cuts still have answers to give.
We have dinner with them tomorrow. Can we do anything to disguise you? I don't imagine they're going to be ready to give you any answers.
I can handle that. And at will, he is going to transform himself incredibly similar to how he looks already, but he's going to turn into an elf.
That should do it. Maybe a little bit more scruff. You still kind of, I see it all.
I don't do beards.
I used to have a pointy hat you could borrow, but someone lost it.
This is the only hat I wear.
What are your thoughts on a mustache?
That I was already convicted for being a murderer. I don't want to be convicted for being a pedophile.
What's a pedophile?
Don't
You're too
worry
young,
about it, Bob.
Bob. I was gonna say you're too young, but no, you should know if you're too young. Those are the young people are the prime people who should know. All right, well, we'll figure out something to help you blend in a little better.
They haven't seen me in 50 years. I doubt that they'll recognize me. And even so, I've only met a handful of them.
And by just so the DM knows, so do you go to like a lighter skin, just something more like a high elf, or?
Yeah, high elf, and his hair color changed too. I apologize. To blue.
Okay, good to know. Okay.
Sounds like we have a dinner date and some reading to do.
Takari, if I could borrow the book, I fear I have,
Yeah, no. Yeah, you can borrow it.
someone I should perhaps see before I head home.
Mer.
No, she's at home.
Okay.
Someone I wish to avoid, but
Okay, yeah. And Takari will hand over the book of the Fearsome Five.
Okay.
it is appreciated.
All right. And so, you guys, so now after gathering a plan, the plan is to meet with the join this dinner with the Pale Cut's host to meet the Strong Scar family. But before you do that, you have some time to kill. You got about like 24 hours to kill beforehand. Corra's gonna do some research. Everyone else can figure out what
Corra's
they're gonna
gonna go visit her mom.
But for now, this is where we're gonna leave for tonight's session.
Sick. The tension. The tension.